Let's go.
As a team, just like any other team, we do have our own weaknesses. At the moment in time, we are trying to work on our communication, as sometimes it can be a little bit muddled, it can be a little bit hectic sometimes, but that's been one of our main preparations coming to Raleigh.
Kill 'em.
Our team has definitely prepared some special stuff for this event. I think that every team does. You don't come to a major without anything secret up your sleeves, so I think every team does it. We definitely have.
Let's go.
I think the biggest weakness in our team is probably ourselves, to be honest. I think as long as we focus on playing our game and not worry about what other people are doing and just focus on us, I think we'll be completely fine this whole event.
Right now, I think the biggest strength of Team Secret is our individuality.
Kill 'em.
自分たちのチームは非常に年齢が若くて、みんな好奇心であったり、すごく努力をする人たちなので、いて楽しいし、非常に面白いです。
Let's go.
I think our group is really strong. All of the teams in our group are really strong. We have G2, Secret.
Rest of the teams in our group, I don't really care about. You have to beat every single team to win the tournament, so no matter who we have in groups, we have to beat those to get through to quarters. So for me, it doesn't matter. I think we'll beat them anyways.
Let's go.
Everyone 私たちがダークホースになれるように頑張ります。
Everyone comes into a major expecting they can take the trophy, so I 100% think we can win it.
Don't underestimate us, because we're coming.
The rest of the teams in our group, you guys have to watch out.
Fabian, of course, never lacking any confidence whatsoever.
No.
See from G2. That's a bad thing to hear if you're Rogue or Secret, the two teams we'll have in our first matchup just coming up here on the B stream. For both of these teams, like we said a couple times in our rehearsals, both of these teams qualified for this major by winning a minor.
Yeah. So, but the interesting twist that I was putting out earlier was that Secret won on the territory of Rogue. They won at the Allied Vegas minor. And Rogue lives in Vegas, so that was interesting, winning on their territory, whereas Rogue had actually won in Vegas for USN previously, so still definitely their turf. But then Rogue winning in DreamHack Valencia in EU territory. So it's interesting, kind of they're both showing that they can play internationally and win internationally. But of course, both of them obviously have a lot to prove, I think, especially for Secret, because Rogue are still in Pro League, have been since the very beginning. Secret, on the other hand, this is their second time going back to Challenger League, so this is their big opportunity to show that they still belong with Team Secret while they're in Challenger League, because sometimes the orgs start to get a little bit of, I don't know if we want to have you anymore if you're in Challenger League because of the viewership and all that. So they've got a lot to prove. They need to try and make it at least out of groups, if not further. But I think they've shown us they have that potential, and I think this is the match to really start to prove things. They cannot slouch or hold back in this matchup, despite it being the first one.
Yeah, no, you always want to start off high. You got a double elimination group stage format, so each group obviously has 4 teams. You got to lose twice to be gone.
That's true.
But you lose your first game, and it's all downhill from there. Your back is against the wall for the rest of the week, as the rest of your group would be single elimination. You got 1 loss left, and then all of playoffs is single elim as well. So you're in a tricky hole very early on. You're given a grace, and then that goes away very quickly.
And I think a lot of us are expecting, if only 2 teams come out of this, one of them is very likely to be G2, so that leaves 1 spot. If that follows, then it's down to who could it be. I mean, Cyclops have a big uphill battle as well, but at the same time, you don't want to be going against them with any kind of disadvantage, having playing down in the loser's bracket if it ends up going that way. So it's, I mean, a lot of question marks here, of course, going to groups because so many matches to be had, such long, crazy days with a lot to prepare for. Obviously, these teams prepped recently. Some of them teams were prepping yesterday, some prepped a little bit earlier, depending on the region. So question how warmed up they'll be. Rogue should be, in theory, a lot more warmed up coming off of playing Pro League, and of course there was a little bit of a gap before this, whereas Team Secret have mostly just had other stuff to play, like Prem and stuff like that. Not as much warmed up, I don't think, but online is very different than LAN, as we've heard time and time again as we've been talking to the players leading up to this, how different LAN is, how much better it plays in terms of hit reg and things like that because of the lack of latency. Means you can play a bit more aggressive in some ways, but also you can't take advantage of ping sometimes working in your favor in terms of that aggression as well. So hopefully they are well prepped for this, of course.
Absolutely. You take a look at both of these teams. I think it's a mirrored story on both sides. Rogue were a top-tier champion in North America, just behind EG at almost every turn.
Yeah.
Then last season in Season 9 in Pro League, kind of cooled off a little bit in the online season. They didn't have a great showing at Six Invitational.
But they won more lands since then. So there's that.
Yeah.
The 2 lands that they've won, the previous Vegas USN and then the DreamHack Valencia. So it's like, are they hot or cold right now? It seems like they're more hot on LAN than they had been. But to be fair, they were actually playing really good at the Allied Vegas, minus the one that Secret won, but they didn't make it all the way because they were winning in all of the double elim parts. But then when it came to the actual part where they could get eliminated right away, that's where they lost. So when the chips were down, it seemed like that's where they struggled a little bit.
All right, well, we're waiting for teams to get ready. Let's take a look at all of the groups to give you an idea of what we're going up with. And that'll be Group A. Of course, TSM versus Empire will be the starting off game for Group A, and that is on the main stream right now. Samuel and Jonifer on the other stream, currently casting that one, and then Norarengo against MIBR in the other semifinal for Group A. Obviously, you win that, you move on to the winners. You lose that, and your back is against the wall. Only 2 teams will make it out of each group. So we're going to have to say goodbye to half of the teams at the end of Wednesday.
It's hard because so many of the teams in this are so good, have worked their way towards this. This is a huge event for them. And to be knocked out in groups, we have to lose half of them. As you said, that is a big bummer for half of those teams. Obviously, they're going to be sticking around here. I imagine most of them not flying home early, win or loss. They're going to be sticking around for the playoffs, maybe rooting for the team that they like to win. Despite their loss, it's going to be exciting, especially for those of you who are coming here for the playoffs. You might get a chance to meet some of those teams. They might be even more available if they're not playing. So definitely make sure if you haven't. I think there might be some tickets left available. If so, you better grab those while you still can because it is going to be crazy come this weekend.
So a group that we're going to be focusing on back-to-back games today here on the B stream. It's Rogue, it's Secret, and it's G2 and Cyclops. We obviously start things off with the Rogue Secret game here, and then directly following it will be G2 Cyclops right after this game on this stream. You don't have to go anywhere if you want to maybe focus in. You want to dial in a little bit on Group B. Maybe your favorite team is in Group B. Makes it kind of easy. We're not going anywhere.
No, I mean, obviously, this is a day full of action where you shouldn't really ever be not watching Siege until the end of the day. And with 2 streams, there shouldn't be any real downtime for you either. So definitely make sure to pull your refrigerator close to your desk so you can make sure to watch without taking too many breaks. But it's going to be pretty nuts, especially like you said, Group B. Obviously, we have 4 groups to go through, 16 whole teams to play each other today, tomorrow, and then whittling it down a bit come Wednesday. But it's going to be nonstop action. Until then, everyone's got a lot to prove. Everyone's got a lot of strats they've been hiding, things that they've been preparing, especially for this LAN. So it's not just going to be a repeat of things you've seen in Pro League. It's going to be what they've learned from Pro League, playing very differently. And of course, you've got always the memes about saving strats and things like that, especially for teams like G2. We'll see if they've been saving those strats in that next match. But either way, teams tend to have a tendency during Pro League to ban maps that they want to save for LAN as well. So we should see some different maps ideally come out from some of these teams that they've been trying to hide, not trying to play during Pro League. Obviously, Secret can keep a few more maps secret because they're not in Pro League at the moment. But at the same time, they get to watch Rogue, see what they do on the maps that they've been showing, and that's where, of course, people like Ranger need to really make sure that they're coming prepared with things that they haven't shown in VODs yet.
Well, I guess we can take a look at Group C now. The group of death, EG, NIP, the Giants, and Space Station. This was a tough one, and there were a lot of predictions coming out from all different areas of the community, whether it be casters or players or just general fans. You all had a different opinion on Group C versus a couple other groups, I guess maybe having top-heavy choices.
Yeah.
I think Group A is one that stands out as a top-heavy. A lot of people taking the APAC, or sorry, the APAC second seed that seems to always come around, which was Norarengo. Yeah. A couple other teams believing in the hype of TSM off of their performance at DreamHack Valencia.
They've been good at best of threes, so.
So Group C is still wide open. It's anyone's game. Evil Geniuses versus NIP. That'll be the last game today, I believe, on the B stream. I forget the schedule already. There's a lot of slides to look over.
Yeah.
The second game in that one as well would be the Giants.
That was interesting to me because on paper, Vodafone Giants a much stronger team, but they've also been struggling on LAN. Vice versa that for SSG, who've struggled a bit sometimes online matches, but have done very well on LAN. So it's down to who's actually figured out how to be more consistent on that, because Vodafone Giants have been just phenomenal this season in Pro League. But we have seen them kind of choke a bit on LAN. It's just not been able to bring it up as much. And Ninja Pajamas, same story as well. they've performed very well online, but they've been struggling on LAN. Whereas in the past, they've also done very well on LAN, and it's like it seems they're hot or cold. Whereas EG seems to almost always make it towards the end, with the exception of that match against Fnatic, which was an interesting one. But they tend to have that tendency to make it all the way to the end. But with 3 teams that have won LANs in the past, because you've got EG, G2, and Empire all vying for that final spot, someone's got to go too. So this is going to be... I think this is going to be really interesting down to the wire, because with that losers bracket as well here to come back from, it's going to be nuts coming towards Wednesday.
Well, you and I will be doing the SSG and Giants game. Let's take a look at Group D, though, our 4th and final group here for our week in Raleigh. FaZe, Force, Fnatic, Dark Zero. A lot of people, I don't know, it's kind of come out of the woodwork a little bit. There's a bit of a hype train building for Fours.
Well, I mean, they have one of the former Empire players on there. They are the other Russian team. Empire used to be Fours before they got picked up by Empire. So I think there's a lot of Empire's strats and mentality that went with Shockwave to the team. And they've shown that. They were the dark horse in qualifiers. They stormed on through despite losing initially to Chaos. They came back hard. We casted that a little while ago. That was an intense match. Forza definitely not someone to underestimate, but you can say that about the APAC teams as well, that they've shown they've been getting better and better each LAN event.
Well, let's roll in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to kick things off. It's our rosters. It's the Rogue roster for Rogue versus Secret, our first game of the day. Underway as we go through our nice little pre-show here. Usually Slashug, Shuttle, Vert, and Eclipse.
I'm liking those new jerseys.
The USA jerseys, you like them? Of course you do. You're American.
Slick. Yeah, I mean, hey, I am, you know. What can I say? They're looking slick. I mean, I'm a big fan of the American champions trying to continue their reign of terror now that they've established themselves at least as Team America. See if they can continue that. But this is going to be a heck of a match against Secret. These guys know each other, but they haven't fought each other since Paris.
No, they haven't played against each other in a very long time. Last time they did, rosters looked a little different. There was no vertical for Rogue. There was no Fonkers for Secret. So there have been many changes into the meta as well. 8 new operators since the last time they played.
Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, both of them, though, comfortable with their rosters at the moment. No one with any last-minute changes they're going to have to adjust to. You just saw Secret's roster as well. As you mentioned, Fonkers. He's been doing very well for the team. They've come along in terms of getting their chemistry there. I think they're very well prepared for this, and I think it's just going to come down to who adapts fastest. And that's a lot of times the story on LAN, because everyone's bringing out new things. Yes, you can study a bit of their VODs, but you need to adapt very, very quickly to the things you see. We'll see which maps come out here. Cafe and Villa the first to be banned here. Of course you're going to ban Cafe first against Rogue. No surprise they're coming out from Secret. That is by far and away their best map.
We saw some not intelligent map banning in Valencia that gave Rogue Cafe every single
That's part of the reason they're here right now is because of Cafe. Clubhouse and Bank, though, going to come out. Clubhouse, pretty good map there. Bank as well for Rogue. This is definitely going to be interesting. From these two, we'll see what we end up with the Decider, but Border getting banned next, and then Consulate, Coastline Decider. That should be a good one for both these teams as well. I mean, both these teams have a long history, though. They know all the maps very well. Cafe, technically the newest, not going to be played today, but all of these maps, very well-established maps for both these teams. I wouldn't say any of them are a good or bad map in the sense that it's like especially for one team or another outside of Cafe, but obviously, if they've shown anything during their previous times playing these maps, both these teams are going to be kind of relying on that a little bit. You see Coach Helby over there as well, who's been working hard along with Ranger. You see the community vote very close between these two. Rogue kind of in the limelight at the moment. They'll get a little bit of an edge on that. At the same time, I honestly can't call this one way or another. While technically my public prediction was for Secret, I honestly can't say whether or not either of these two. I had to pick one.
Yep.
I mean, I guess technically I could pick draw, but it just never feels right picking a draw.
You can't pick a draw here. It's best of threes.
That's true. You can't. I'm used to the Pro League one.
The Pro League one, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a case where I had to coin flip on that one, but I could see this going either way easily.
Absolutely. You know, in those predictions, like you said, you have to pick one team. There is only one winner. Unfortunately, here for both of these teams, there is only one winner as well. As both of these teams have a bit of a Cinderella story behind
bracket,
them. Yep.
They could still come back either way. So this is not the end-all, be-all for either of these teams, regardless of who wins. But obviously, you want to stay in the winner's bracket as long as possible, because if you do have a loss, then you can still come back from that. But if you start to lose right away, it's not the best way to go. And psychology plays a big factor in that. While it's fun to be the underdog, just ask SSG, who had quite the run through qualifiers. It's not fun to have to play extra matches to get your way back.
No, it's not. Not at all. So we're just waiting to get underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, our first map will be Clubhouse for anyone who is just tuning in.
Yeah.
Club, Bank, then Coast.
Rogue have had one match on Clubhouse so far this season, and it was a 6-6 draw against Team Luminosity, and that was on Playday 7, so actually it was a very recent match there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're ready to get underway. It's Rogue, it's Team Secret, it's our first game of the day on the B stream. Welcome in to Clubhouse. Everybody saying good luck, have fun.
That's right, and they definitely will be having fun as long as they're able to at least trade rounds. But obviously things are going to get intense here. Rogue banning Capitao is absolutely expected at this point. It's funny because they're a team that used to run Capitao a lot. Probably one of the most consistent Capitao attack teams. Now one of the most consistent in banning it. Maverick going as well. You got to ban at least one hard breacher here on this map. And Maverick is the one that's been fairly effective. He's also been the backup for teams when another hard breacher is banned. So that means Habana and Thermite both going to be played a lot. Maestro, though, another good one as well. That means Catwalk will be a little bit safer, or the rafters in Garage, because Maestro is such a beast on those. But we could see Doc and other ACOG players up there as well. But Mira, no surprise as well to go. This has been typical bans for these teams. So it's interesting that Echo's going to be in play, though. So I got to imagine we might see a bit of IQ play to compensate for that. We'll see where they start first. I imagine Church likely be the first.
And there we go. So it'll be Rogue starting on the defense and Secret on the attack. So obviously Rogue will have a little bit of an inherent advantage, just the way that the map gets played. Although we have seen a couple other teams in the past maybe break that trend, feel like they're maybe a little bit better on the map on the attacking side.
Yeah.
Empire really comes to mind when I hear that.
Absolutely, especially on this map. It's definitely been something where if you have really solid attacks, they can really pay off in getting that initial momentum if you start an attack. But Clubhouse is very defender-sided at the moment, depending on the map bans, whether or not you have those hard breachers and things like that. The fact that they have both of the normal hard breachers, though, will work a little bit in Secret's advantage on the attack, especially when they're bringing the Thatcher as well. So things should get opened efficiently. The question is, though, will Rogue play a heavy roam upstairs to slow down them opening up those hatches, getting prepped to open church wall, things like that? Or will it be the case where it's just going to be them running into the map quickly and the Rogue just waiting with a turtle defense? They are going to bring the Kaid as well to be able to deny the hatches being open, but they're not bringing a bandit. So I got to imagine it's most likely to be focused on the hatches, leaving church wall potentially vulnerable.
You see Eclipse all the way over in Strip as a Kaid. It's a nerve-wracking proposition. There is a Jackal still available, just not being run so far by Team Secret in round number 1 anyway, and that might have just been a bait to get some footprints on site in case they were bringing a Jackal. But like you said, both traditional hard breachers still in play, and Alems and Meepy will fill the mantle for both of those.
Yeah, and they've also got this Buck as well, will be able to do a bit of work from above. You've seen a lot of good angles fighting their way downstairs, especially trying to get an angle above the church wall, things like that. But he's just going to start clearing quickly. Looks like Farrell is going to be part of their entry, throwing droning for himself. But they're doing a good job clearing the top floor efficiently, and Rogue is not going to do anything to contest it, which, I don't know, I mean, it's really risky to do so, but at the same time, letting them have both hard breachers and open everything quickly, in fact, leaving a hatch soft there as well, means they're going to be going for more reinforcements downstairs. Got to imagine that means the armory wall going to be reinforced as well. And I imagine one of those reinforcements might also be for the blue wall, depending on how they want to play that. We'll see. Looks like they have 2 on the blue wall. Well, they're definitely going to try and stop them from getting in there. Could even see a thermite breach for the blue wall if they want to go that direction, because they didn't have to. Was that X-Kairos used on a soft hatch? Not necessarily, no. Did I see that right?
Blue hatch is reinforced.
Oh, no, it was reinforced. We just didn't see it from the right angle earlier. The TVs are angled kind of weird.
They are. Well, Alems inside a kitchen is still confounded by the impact tricking being sent up from the basement inside Arsenal, but nonetheless, at least some X-Kairos will detonate, and that is the kitchen hatch wide open. So you have all 3 hatches up. You had to use an exothermic charge to get Moto hatch, but at the end of the day, you still have 1 in the back pocket to try and open up church wall. It's a very old hat take. That used to be the year 1, season 1 take. Just get church wall open and you win.
This is risky, though, having the Echo peek this early. Could potentially lose his life, and then he won't be able to use the Yoka. Well, that should have gone Meepy's way, but Vertical was absolutely on top of that. That's Diffuser down as well now, and Fonker's taking down Slash. This is trading back and forth, and that's one of the hard breachers and the Echo down. This is Whew.
Vert continuing to peek up the blue hatch, but Leon will slap him back down to reality, and another angle in from up above. That's a Lems to shut down Shuttle, so the attacking side of Secret up 2-man advantage, now a 3-man, as a Lems will shut down easily as well. It's a 1-man alone on a mission on an island inside of Moto, as Eclipse will turn the corner to his immediate demise. Fonkers will shut that down, and Team Secret off to a wonderful start on Clubhouse.
Absolutely came down to the hatch play. So many peaks down from the hatches, trading back and forth. Just whether or not one team was ready for the other in terms of those hatch peaks. That was down to, I mean, who clicked faster on some of those is what, I hate to say it that way, but those angles, and then overexposing yourself to those hatches. You saw, for example, when the Legion died, his back was to the hatch, the Echo over peaking. That was definitely down to quite a few mistakes, I think, by Rogue in terms of those hatch plays. Yes, some of them worked to, like verticals, to his advantage, but I think they just overextended themselves a little bit, maybe letting those hatches get open early. You can only trick so well, though, on that kitchen hatch when they've got a buck to open the floor. But they're going to go with the 6th pick to a Pulse this time to give themselves a little bit of extra information advantage so that maybe they can peek those hatches a little more efficiently when you know they're going to be near them.
Yeah, Rogue were well aware of the game. They were willing to walk in and play here on Club. If you're not going to be the one banding away a traditional hard breach, then your opponents are most likely going to take out the Maverick.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to be ready to play against that, and if you have both traditional hard breach ops up on Club, defending in the basement becomes troublesome. It becomes about time wasting because you're not going to stall the hatches, no matter what you do. You may be able to impact trick a couple times, but like you said, the buck will open up the floor. Moto is pretty, I don't know, the Moto Cade trick, it does not does not really come through all that often, especially when a Thatcher's up.
They've straight up just ditched Cade this time in terms of in exchange for getting the Pulse. And then having the Legion still, as well as the Smoke and the Echo, they have a lot to delay, so they're likely going to play very Turtle again. Not going to go for a roam on that. But last time, those hatches really worked against them, and they need to do a better job just denying their ability to enter through them rather than taking fights on them, despite Vertical's 1 kill. That was literally like the only kill they got was the kill peeking up through the hatch. But he wasn't ready to pull off of it fast enough to not get traded.
We saw a little bit of that from Vert as well in Valencia, in DreamHack, playing on the new cafe. And, just taking gunfights up to the skylight hatches, no big deal.
No big deal. I mean, he is named Vertical, so that's the fights he should be taking, right? Those horizontal fights should be to his disadvantage. But we'll see efficiency again coming out from Secret. They're spending the first minute just completely setting up as quickly as possible, yet to open the kitchen or the bar hatch, but they will be getting those open soon. Buck doing his job, trying to open up the floor. But Shuttle is, I imagine, going to try and impact trick this. It is a dangerous thing to be doing, but Eclipse at least will be able to provide some intel on how many could be up there, what angles he might have to fight. They're also going to go with the Thatcher, despite not really needing it, but that actually potentially will disable Pulse if he's near that as well.
Yeah, Eclipse not playing too deep. He's actually at the base of main stairs, so he's evading Feral for the moment. Looks like Morix Kairos will come out onto a tertiary hatch now, trying to open up the kitchen hatch. You got 4 pellets on, and he'll be unimpeded. This kitchen hatch open once again, so Rogue with 80 seconds to burn. They have the Echo still in play. Slash wasn't really able to use the Yokais much for anything last round, so hopefully those can get into a better position and have more effect at slowing and repelling this onslaught of entry that Secret have been bringing. Different stack this time, though. 2 down the main stairs.
I honestly kind of have a problem with Slash playing Echo because he has a tendency to make some really good picks, but he also dies mid-round very, very often. And putting that on someone like Echo, I don't know about that. I feel like he'd be better maybe on something that lasts a little bit longer, like a Pulse or Smoke. But Eclipse already with a kill with his ump. Unfortunately, the church wall now going to get open. He's going to be a lot. Oh, nice denial with the impacts from easily the Smoke running them. Well done. Eclipse has taken a bit of damage, but now the Habana is down, and Thermite is out of charges.
Eclipse showing no fear there, wide swinging onto main stairs through 1 set of X-Kairos at the base of the wall. Flashbang, that'll get botched. Unfortunate there for Mebius, they'll have to dip on by. They're trying to full send into the depths of Armory. There'll be a trade there, but Fonkers and Feral going huge. Oh, it's an onslaught now for Team Secret, and it leaves Eclipse alone in a 1v2 as Diffuser at the rotate in the middle of main hallway, pushing up. He's been spotted now, and Feral would put him in a grave. Team Secret, when it looked like all hope was lost, they rally back, and they're up 2-0 early on the attack.
Eclipse definitely tried to put that round on his back with his 2 kills and then the 1 from Vertical again, but no one else seeming to be showing up in terms of kills from Rogue outside of those 2. Again, just not a lot coming out from Slash, unfortunately, in terms of being able to hold things back. But they're just losing their safety quickly. You saw, for example, the bottom of the wall on Church get opened up. That started to push them back. Yes, they denied it being fully opened, but it seemed like they just were unable to find a position to stay safe. They can't stay safe in blue. Vertical's not able to play that as long as he want. They can't stay safe in Church. They're not able to fight against Moto very well, but it's the Arsenal falling at the end of the day that seems to be hurting them the most. There will be an IQ this time to be able to spot what they could be bringing out on the Echo, but they're not. We'll be able to spot the Pulse, though, and they go for Cash this time. See if they can defend that any better, because Church has been 0 for 2. Fonkers and Farrell, the two Fs, bringing out the Fs for Rogue with 3 kills each.
So we jump back upstairs now to CCTV and Cash as 2 unsuccessful defenses downstairs will put Rogue uneasy early on, honestly. This is a bad look here for Rogue.
Absolutely.
You know, you talk about a 4-2 split on the defensive side in your favor being good. Well, you've already given up the 2. Now it's time to win 4.
Yeah, and this is a map that should lend itself to defense a little bit better. I mean, maybe if they'd banned another hard breacher, that would have, been a bit more of an advantage. But Capital being banned, of course, is important as well, because especially for this bomb site, you really want to make sure you're able to at least stay secure on the Raptors if they go to push for it. Looks like they could be. You have Leon going towards garage door at the moment, setting up the Claymores, of course, to make sure they don't run out on whoever is going to be playing up there, in this case, Meepy, because you definitely don't want him losing that fuse early. And they'll have Lems doing some work, possibly opening up the garage wall as well. After droning, we'll see if they open up that at all to fight Rafters, because not every team bothers with Rafters. Some teams will go just open up server wall and then push from the bedroom side through construction. And some teams will go the cache wall as well as pushing in from garage. So see which way they decide to split it, but Vertical starting things off, killing one of the 2 hard breachers is a great start for him. So far he's been the star player on Rogue, getting at least 1 kill every round.
Upside down repel now, it's having the new blue window and Slash taking a lot of damage, but he finally lands the headshot. A beautiful one there onto Leon.
You gotta remember, upside down repel only has an advantage when you're fighting people above you, not below you.
That's Fonkers taking down Slash as well in a trade. So he's able to push into stock and clean up the rotate, but you've lost 2 members, both your Thatcher and your Habana.
That's a good look for Rogue in terms of holding that cache, but Shuttle dies anyways, and then the trades back and forth easily on Fonkers, Farrell on easily, now 2v2.
Farrell just had a mad dive into the site, and they have the actual control of the objective. Eclipse trying to rotate back up the garage rafters, but Farrell on a heater right now. It's 3 on the round for him. Alone at the top of Cash stairs now is Vertical. Sprays to the soft wall, won't connect onto Meepy. Oh, but he does not down off 1. On 1 HP remains Meepy. Vertical with the deagle. Vertical with 2. Rogue on the comeback on the backs of Vert.
He has definitely been the star player. I mean, we don't always see him absolutely showing up, but he was the last to be picked up on this team of these players, and he's definitely showing up when he needs to here. Unfortunately, it's still only 1 round for Rogue, but that was definitely the play they needed. That came down to so many gunfights, especially when you took out their hard breacher and their Thatcher and just left it with a Thermite. You knew it was going to be slugfest at that point from Secret because they just didn't have a whole lot else left. And despite some of those plays, it did come very close to Vert losing that. I mean, having to play the Deagle at the very end, that's desperation. But you know what? He won. That's all that matters. They're going to be actually bringing out a clash on bedroom defense. This should be interesting. As of course, they can't go back to Cash just yet since they finally won a defense. They could have gone back to Church, but a bedroom defense with a Kahed, a Mozzie, and a Clash. This should be a very interesting setup. So see how they do that. There is again be Farrell on that IQ. Gonna be able to spot out hopefully those pests so they don't get too caught. But Mozzie is very good on this particular site. I remember Corey playing a very good Mozzie, or trying to, against Empire on the site, or in this area in particular. Although he got caught out pretty quickly by the Jackals. Nonetheless, that's not going to be the case here. You can very easily trap the drones because they need to drone in a lot to be able to see what's going on in gym, what's going on in bathroom, what's going on at the jacuzzi hallway area. So just being able to capture those and slow down their ability to get some intel definitely pays off, especially if you can slow down their ability to push in through Cash as long as possible. It's definitely the thing you want to be doing here to make sure that they can't do that. But you've also got to worry about that hatch inside logistics where Vertical's at right now. We've seen some good plays from some attackers catching people down who are playing in that area, just not paying attention.
Well, it's 5 reinforcements elected to be taken to the far side inside of Cash. This is a far hold, especially without a castle. That's the one operator that I'm feeling is kind of missing here. This is kind of your traditional.
I guess you have the Clash to kind of be the mobile castle. You just walk up to the window, I guess, and just block it.
Who knows? You don't want to be in range of a melee, though, to have your shield knocked away, and there's no contest to open up the Jacuzzi wall. That's also a questionable decision there.
Efficient.
Hey, Team Secret, again, they've shown as soon as they have one entry point, they can make a lot happen on.
Where was the Kaid? It's his job to deny that. He's on the other side of the map. I guess they're more concerned about the cash wall than anything else, really. Because I mean, they know that that wall's going to get open, and they want to just contest it from bathroom, but you don't want to give them that so early in the round.
No, I think if you're going to leave that soft, or at least that unheld, you got to make sure that Thatcher isn't present, whether it's banned or just not being taken by the attacking team. And if it's not banned, why aren't you taking it, essentially?
Right.
So it's questionable there. They haven't made much progress off of that. And Shuttle, though, inside of the bathroom will take a lot of damage and have to use one of his early smoke grenades just to slow down Meepy. It's a thermite alone on Jacuzzi Balk, and yet Shuttle cannot shut this down. It's on one shot worth of health remaining, and no more rotation there from Slash. Almost gets his head taken clean off. LM's laying in wait, and here comes the onslaught once again. It's 3 for Secret. Eclipse will at least take 1, but it's one man with a shield alone dying on site now as he's been down inside of construction. Vertical in a 1v4 this time instead of a 1v2. And he has no idea where the plant's going down, so the Nitro Cell will not be useful. Trying to rotate back up main stairs, but Secret have entirety of gym and bedroom on lockdown. Default still have to give a little bit of information. He spots the head of Pharaoh as he turns the corner. He'll take 1 for his troubles, but whipping on the turn, completely out of ammo. He's being collapsed upon now by 2 members of Secret. They'll back off and hold and play safe now as they just need to cover the diffuser. A Nitro Cell errantly will not connect. Trying to turn the corner, and Alems again shuts him down. Team Secret looking like the true dominators right now on Clubhouse.
They're certainly just waltzing through these attack rounds, getting that wall early, then just putting constant pressure on the smoke, then being able to take the stairs as well as they were. It seemed like Rogue were a little bit off. You had a Clash to be this mobile defense, and what's Clash doing? Hanging out in the bedroom, not really doing a whole lot most of the time. I imagine they thought it was going to be a late round kind of thing that easily was going to be there to really just deny the actual plant going down. But it didn't really work. You saw how quickly he died as well. They were able to collapse on him, getting Slash killed as well, just cutting things in half very quickly. It just seemed like Rogue didn't have any kind of solid front to them. They were scattered about. You had more people in the bedroom where fights weren't really going on than anywhere else. And Secret picked that apart very quickly.
Well, we're going to need a tack timeout here. Not sure who called it.
I would hope Rogue at this point, yeah.
I would imagine it's Rogue on attack timeout, and it looks like Ranger's fiddling with a computer here. So
here, let me play for you easily. I'll show you how to Clash. He'll do it.
It might be having a tech issue instead of a tactical pause, which is why we don't have any info on who called it.
It's a pause either way.
It's a pause either way.
Definitely, regardless, it's one Rogue needed, I think. They really need to recollect themselves. They're going to try Church again. Gym Bedroom was not the play. So far, they've won Cash only. They can go back to Cash after this round, which I imagine they'll do since it's been their best defense so far. But unless they come up with something new here on Church, it's just not looking good. I mean, losing this many defense rounds on Clubhouse, not great. Secret definitely playing very efficient. They seem kind of already warmed up. You see like how quickly they're taking areas of the map. They're actually controlling those, winning their gunfights against Rogue, and being able to push continuously throughout the round. We're not seeing them short on time. And that's a big deal for Rogue. The fact that they will play Turtle and can't even get Secret to be down to the last 20 seconds for a plant is Rogue just not playing smart. They're not playing the angles they need to be playing. They're overexposing themselves. They're losing gunfights. They're not bringing Secret into them in advantageous situations outside of the fights with Vertical.
Well, it's easy to get on a team that goes down early, but there's still plenty of game left to be played. Just not only on this map, but in this entire series. It's our best of 3s, ladies and gentlemen. If you're unaware with the major format, every game at a LAN event is BO3. Unless allied. Unless allied. Yeah, yes. Until we go best of 5 as well for the grand finals.
This is definitely going to be interesting. They open up a bit of the wall there, and I hope they're going to reinforce as well, not give Secret the ability to push in through the side wall. But you never know, some teams do leave that open. You can use that to your advantage as well on defense, but they lose Arsenal fairly quickly. So I would think they would want to keep that wall reinforced so they can't push in through there. I mean, they do have the one, looks like playing back, I think it's probably Slash playing the shield in Arsenal to be able to fight down blue. We haven't really been seeing a lot of goo mines go off from Shuttle either. Gotta say, he hasn't really been the most effective Legion. Also not living super long to put those out, but we're not seeing those slow down anyone. Although Vertical, again, proving his worth on this team. Leon going down early, that's the Thatcher down. That gives this Kaid a huge advantage on these hatches now.
That means there's no real universe in which Moto should ever get opened now.
If Eccles doing his job.
Yeah, you drop a Kaid on that. It already is there, apparently, on Moto
There we go.
hatch.
No reason not to keep both of these. Yeah, you see the other one as well on the bar hatch. It's going to be down to an Arsenal and maybe even hallway push here. So,
Huge pick for Vert.
I mean, we saw how well that went for them last time, though, when they killed the Thatcher. It still didn't stop the slugfest.
Floor's getting ripped open here above Arsenal once again, but no one from Rogue even willing to contest now. As you can see, Shuttle's backed off a little bit here. The Excalibur will come out onto the kitchen hatch, and I don't think Shuttle's even remotely inclined. He gave it a valiant attempt. The old college try on an impact trick, but it did not connect. The hatch will get opened up. The only one, realistically, that Secret should be able to open. There is a crazy eventuality in which Feral could use a frag grenade and launch it into Moto and hopefully airburst it halfway in
Airburst,
there.
yeah, you got to time that cooking perfectly.
To try and get that electric claw, and then you can get Moto hatch, but let's be realistic here. Neither of those hatches are getting up. We're going for a full send on the kitchen drop, and the stuns come out, and oh, the arm of Easily will peek around the corner to throw a Toxic Babe, and Easily will have to rotate all the way back into Church now. So they've evacuated Arsenal, knowing that there's really nowhere safe to play, but Farah will fill in, going for 2 now. And he lights up the backside as Slash with the Bearing 9 in hand, and well used. There goes Vertical onto Lems, but Vert will fall now in a 3v3. The diffuser is down, there's no time remaining. It's all up onto Fonkers now. Now, dying in the depths of Arsenal, there is nothing left for Feral to do, or Fonkers, sorry, to do. We're getting some screenshots or something being shown to the teams. I'm not sure what's going on there. But nonetheless, Rogue bring one back there thanks to the beautiful pick there from Vert early on. And
he saved that round, like, very early for Rogue. I honestly got to say, like, I seriously doubt Rogue would have won that round had they not got that early pick on Thatcher. Just with the efficiency we've seen from Seek, it looks like we're having a technical pause again, so hopefully we'll get stuff sorted out. But I gotta say, it surprises me though. So when you have a situation like that, and you have the Thatcher die early, you know they're not playing a Bandit or anything to be able to put anything on any of the walls. It's all the Kaid. Push dirt. You saw that you had the Echo playing inside dirt. You could have pushed him out of there. You saw even it was Feral using the deployable shield in Arsenal against them, but his weakness was from behind him inside dirt. Had they had the proper pressure, they could have collapsed on him, taken dirt as well, then use that plus the hatch control onto Arsenal to just use Arsenal as their complete base of operations, and then they wouldn't have lost Feral. In theory, it could have been a much better attack because they still had both hard breachers. And then it's not like Haban was going to be doing anything useful at that point. It just, they didn't make the call soon enough to rotate and take dirt as well. And I think it ultimately they paid the price for it. Now Rogue is only 1 point behind. We will be going back to cash now that they can, of course, once this technical pause is sorted out.
The big thing here for me for Rogue, though, is you kind of desperately want to tie this up right now, head into the half. I can't remember a team that had lost 4 rounds in the defense on Clubhouse and brought that back for a win.
No,
really at any point. There's no game that stands out to me. I'm sure it's happened maybe once or twice before.
It's a big loss.
It is a huge loss, and this is a big win here for Secret, already picking up 3 attacking rounds, going for 4 now, and honestly, that round, like you said, saved by Vert. The graces of that 416 removing the Thatcher from play, and it looks like we have some role swaps if all these ops stay as we head into the next round. We're just waiting for the tech pause to completely get wrapped up.
Now, something that concerns me about Rogue is not only their inability to win some of these defenses, but that even if they tie it and then continue to tie it into an overtime, Secret starts on defense first, if I understood correctly.
Yes.
So that is not a great situation for Rogue to be in. I mean, we have yet to see how Secret are playing their defenses, but this is a defensive-sided map, especially when you have at least one hard breacher band. And in this case, Church should be the best bomb site with Maverick band, the way it is, especially if you get those early picks on Thatcher. But we saw the only time it did work in their advantage is when they were able to kill Thatcher. So the ban on Maverick is just not helping Rogue enough for Church to be kind of their beachhead. It's Cash that's really working out, although you never know how it'll work out this time. They are going to have a bandit to potentially be. I mean, assuming they don't 6-pick. I wonder if they could even hear Blue screaming over there. They must be having an exciting match on Empire TSM as well. So for those of you who are looking for something to watch during this technical pause, get out the multi-twitch so you can see that as well. But this is a Rogue's pause did kind of help them a little bit last time. So maybe this will help them actually get going. But Farrell with 10 kills. I know you can't see it on your screen right now, but we see the scoreboard. 10 kills with Farrell. Maybe he has yet to find one. Same with Shuttle. This is definitely Farrell versus Vertical, is what this match is at the end of the day. So it's been interesting. I'd like to see someone else besides Vertical picking it up though. Slash does have at least 4 in Eclipse with 3, but Easily and Shuttle just struggling to find some picks. It's not been a good start for them. Leon actually surprisingly only at 2 as well. So this has kind of been the reverse of what you'd expect to some extent. Although Vertical fragging out is not unusual.
No, not by any stretch. Farrell's an interesting one because he was a pro player for a little while there back in year 2.
Yeah, then went to coaching.
Yeah, and then he went to analyst work for G2.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I guess the drive came back and he was like, yeah, I want to play again.
Yeah.
So G2 let him in on a game at the end of, I believe it was season 8. Might have been actually the end of season 9. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But either way, he got to play in a Pro League game again as a substitute in for G2, and I guess that's
the calling.
It came back, and
yeah,
he said, "Yeah, I'm ready to be a player again."
He's been playing very well since then.
Secret picked him up. Farrell went on a tear in Vegas for the Allied Minor just to get here, and it's only one map. We're not even done the first half of map number 1, but Farrell has definitely been a standout performer thus far.
Yeah. I mean, just him getting into Arsenal the way he did, taking their own deployable shield and using it against them, fighting both sides, and almost winning that gunfight as well against Dirt. He's been quite the beast. We'll see if he can keep that up. As you said, it's not even halfway through the map yet. We are on the halfway round right now, as soon as we can actually get into that. It seems like they had to restart a few of the computers, which may have taken a bit of extra time here to get settled, because of course then they have to get all sorted, get back in the match. But hopefully we'll get underway soon. See, he'll be there in good spirits, of course, as this team is winning at the moment.
Winning for the moment, and that's I don't want to be mean to Secret, but that's a not very familiar feeling, I guess you could say. Considering their stretch to end Season 9 in Pro League, that was kind of a heartbreaker for a lot of Secret fans out there. We know their fan base is massive. We know that Secret have a huge fan base.
Well, they were a team that was just destroying one season and then relegated the next.
Yep.
That's pretty much the definition of as hot and cold as you get. It reminds me of Immortals.
Yeah.
We're in a similar situation. They were just destroying last season. This season, they're getting destroyed. They still have their chance here, as they will be playing today in groups. But as a MIBR, for those of you who didn't catch that earlier, they are, it's, I believe, the same parent company owns both.
Yep.
So it's more of a name change than a new org.
It's a branding change, but the same people still sign their checks. So
that's what matters to players at the end of the day.
Exactly. Who's signing my checks?
Who's printing my jerseys?
Yeah. So for anyone out there confused about the whole MIBR thing, that's that. It's literally the same company, just 2 different brandings.
I haven't seen yet, but I hope Vodafone Giants have some good jerseys now.
They do.
That was a new pickup.
Saw them yesterday while they were warming up.
Looking slick.
Oh, baby. Looks like
All
we're
right.
getting underway. Round 6 finally here on Clubhouse, and it wouldn't be the B stream if we didn't have delays.
Of course, especially with you here. You know we're going off the maps.
The curse, baby.
Oh, Vertical going to bring out something new here. Finally, we're going to get the Valkyrie play a 6-pick. So maybe that will be what they need to be able to get something going here. Cash was a good map for them a good site for them last time. And now Slash is going to be on the Pulse instead of Echo. So some change-ups here. There's definitely change-ups they need, I think. But again, this was the bomb site they won last time, so I don't know how much they need them. But it's definitely down to how long they can hold that wall, whether or not there will be a push in Garage. With the lineup that Secret's bringing, I doubt there'll be a push into Garage. It's most likely just going to be focused on taking the server wall first and then pushing potentially from the bedroom side. They have both hard breachers to be able to open up whatever they need to. Because I don't think a lot's going to be denied by Bandit alone. They're going to be denying one wall or the other, especially with the Thatcher in play. They should be able to get the hot tub wall pretty easily, unless Shuttle wants to play for that one. But that's the least important wall. So I got to imagine if they're being efficient, they'll take that first. But Slash actually He could be going for the peek here. This is the peek to be able to, if it comes out dirt, to peek onto the people playing for that jacuzzi wall.
You can see him pulsing him from underneath. He's like, yeah.
He knows where Falker's at.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Don't move.
I'm coming. I'm gonna jump out the window. Now he's just getting some good intel on where they're pushing from. Vertical actually gonna be playing an aggressive roam over here, as he knows someone's gonna be pushing that. Vertical already getting 2 picks. This man is a one-man army. Unfortunately, he's down now thanks to Falkers, but that was 2 great initial picks. Now Slash will be able to live a little bit longer too, not being spotted by Night Q, and also Falkers losing half his health. This might be that 3-3 tie now.
It's a big reach there from Eclipse, peeking all the way from the lounge garage door. And he dropped Funkers to about 35-40, so I guess it's a well-worth trade at the end of the day. Try and really lock this down, but you know, if this swing goes poorly here for Eclipse, you've now lost your smoke and given them an equalization in man count when you really didn't need to. First smoke will come out from Eclipse as well, really trying to stall early. You know, minute 35 still left. You've lost your Hibana, so you can't really open up the garage angle from outside main gate to look up towards the rafters window, but you still have Meepy on the Thermite. He still has both his exothermic charges. You have Leon with the Thatcher, but now you've lost Fonkers. So you got the breaching duo, your support and your breacher. Meepy and Leon left to try and dig this one out, or it's going to be Rogue tying things up as we head into the half.
Well, you know what they're going to be focused on now, I imagine, is that wall. Now, Shuttle, if he does his job well, should be able to stop this. There's not a lot they can do to deny Shuttle, but no, it looks like they're actually maybe just going for frags, and they're going to find one on Eclipse who is just over-peaking that. Really probably should have been playing more on sight, but now they know that Leon's coming. Didn't need the pulse for that one. He's going to take a bit of damage, but easily is not able to find the kill.
Man, easily having a bad time today with hitting the shots, but he has at least dropped Leon to 1 HP. Thank you, easily.
Hello?
There goes the diffuser, and laying it way to the front door. Oh, easily with the snap, almost collects. Leon now on 1 HP himself. It's Slash and Shuttle. The diffuser has been surrendered upstairs, pushing up cash stairs, and Nitro will detonate, but there you go. It'll be Shuttle to clean it up. A very awkward engagement over that railing, as you can kind of see over, but you can't really shoot down straight down over that. And
The hip fire.
Hey. If it gets the job done, it gets the job done, and that's Secret at least pulling away in the half at a 3-3. But a good job to Rogue there to stop the bleeding and make sure that things didn't get out of hand.
Yeah, definitely. They showed that they could finally win Church, and then Cash was definitely their best site, which is where Secret's going to start. They're going to bring that Mozzie and Kaid as well as the Bandit. They are really trying to lock down those walls and stop the drones as best they can, which is probably a smart play, although looks like they're actually going to switch off of that to an ACOG. Couldn't decide between Rook and Doc. Doc it will be for Fonkers. Got to imagine he's going to be playing up in the rafters, as Docs often do. Hang out up there. We'll see if looks like they want to push for that at all anyways. Not everyone has to play into that garage. But they do have some good utility here. Of course, they've got both hard breachers as well on Rogue. They're going to be bringing that Thatcher, so they've got plenty of utility. The Zofia as well. They've pretty much got the standard attack lineup for this bomb site.
So, through 6 rounds, 6 rounds completed off of kills.
Yeah.
A little bit of team deathmatch here on Clubhouse. We do have 1 successful plant, but that's
Rare.
it.
It's definitely a rare one here.
That was on Jim Bedroom, the attacking side for Secret. They got the plant down and had a 4v1 against Vert.
Yeah.
Vert brought it to a 1v3, but couldn't wrap it up.
He certainly tried.
He certainly tried.
Definitely, it'd be nice to see a lot of the other members of Rogue maybe show up a bit more, but Leon's going to go for an early peek here, hoping to maybe catch the Thatcher as well himself. Oh, just the timing not working out for him, looking at too many different angles at once. However, he's not going to be shot just yet. There is someone coming around that they're going to spot it. He peels off at just the right time. Smart play there, not getting picked, not getting punished early. That's what you need to do, but Rogue are going to be setting up to open up this wall pretty quickly here, I imagine, as Eclipse on the Thatcher. It's going to be over there for when they need to make the call. Probably want to open up Jacuzzi wall first, though, as it looks like they might be going for a push from the bedroom side. Hard to say. Yep, they've already got Jim. Vertical's going to be played over there. Interestingly enough, he's not going to be playing the old cache window angle to be able to help open up server wall. And Leon's going to be on the roam here, similar to what Vertical was doing in the previous round, although he was on pool. He's just going to stay undetected. They're not really bothering to drone him out. I'm sure Mozzie's helping a little bit too in denying some of those drones.
Yeah, Leon right now is the linchpin in this strategy for for Rogue, honestly. If you can't find him, Lems will fall. There goes the Echo. What in the world? He's peeking the cash door to construction. Another one will line up for Vert, and can't find a lethal blow onto Meepy, but it does drop him below 75. This is aggressive play here from Team Secret on the defense, and it's already cost them one valuable life. It'll be more now! Vert with 3 on the round. Meepy and Farrell both try to dive over the cash stairs railing, and it goes quite poorly for them. Down to Leon now, has been caught off on the flank. One man alone inside a garage rafters. It's a clean sweep and a flawless round for Rogue on their attack. Oh, it looked dire early on for Team USA, but man, are they pulling this one back. It's 3 in a row for them.
Just let Vert gun them all down, apparently. That was a great start. I mean, you usually have the Zofia, as I was talking about, like, try and help deny Bandit from doing his tricking on the wall so you can get the wall open. Instead, he just walks his way on up into the construction, takes down 3, and then the rest of his team just cleans up. That is how you do it right there. They're going to try cash again. But, man, if Vertical keeps going off like this, Secret may actually have a fight on their hands here. I mean, it seems like a one-man army. I mean, to be fair, though, Easily has actually been picking up more kills than Shuttle, which is definitely a change of pace as well. Shuttle seems to be just maybe not on point today yet.
Might take some time for everybody to wake up. It is still rather early here. I think
It sure
it's
is.
A little after 10:30 right now Eastern time here, and everyone's been up since about 8 a.m., so maybe some people even earlier. It's...
Yeah.
You know, that's
A lot of coffee drinking going on right now.
That's the nature of majors, right? You
Yep.
always got the early morning.
It's the exact opposite of us at Pro League, where we're on the vampire schedule.
Yes.
Here we're on the early morning. It's definitely the flip. They are going to bring that Mozzie again. Same lineup, pretty much here, coming out from Secret. Obviously, they're going to have to play a little bit smarter. Lems, as you said, that peak, just completely unnecessary, cost him his life early. That's intel they could have been using, him being able to use those yokai drones. There was no Echo or IQ in play to be able to stop the Echo or anything like that. So, just, yeah, a bit of a misplay that last round. I imagine they're not going to make the same mistake this round.
I would hope so for Team Secret's sake, because Bank, I'd probably give that favor to Rogue.
That was their map pick.
It's historically one of their best maps, and they honestly don't play it a whole lot. Sorry, so I'm losing my ability to breathe, I guess. They don't play it a whole lot, I guess, these days. It's not in their automatic rotation. You know, sometimes they'll ban it, sometimes they don't really care if another team bans it against them.
Yeah.
But in their history, and like you said, they've been around since year 1, season 1. Obviously
Yeah.
not the same roster, but same team. This has historically been a strong map for Rogue in all of their iterations, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Bank go the way of Rogue by any stretch. Meepy, yeah, he's going to get gunned down through the
Wow,
drone
that's a
hole.
lot of damage.
1 HP. It'll be up to Fonkers to boost him back up and use all the utility. I don't think Meepy's even going to be able to get in range. Fonkers
Yeah.
still battling and contending with the server window and the garage door at the same time. This is a bad look right now for Team Secret early on for their anchors.
I love that Easily is just completely cutting off Meepy's rotation to that dock. As well, I mean, he should be opening the wall soon, but at the same time, he's doing fantastic work through that drone hole. It's funny because Meepy could deny the drones coming through there, but his pest will do nothing for bullets. Well played by him, though, because all he's going to land is one more shot on the feet, and that should be fatal to Meepy. And, of course, Meepy just needs to stay alive top cash.
Juice back up.
Vertical again, too. Oh, good. Good for Meepy there. Now he can move a little bit more freely, but Easy's distracted now anyways, trying to get the wall open. Fortunately, taking a bit of damage just trying to do that. But I can imagine it's going to come open here. Nope. Well done by Farrell. In the meantime, Leon actually picks up Shuttle. So he's definitely not going to be picking up a whole lot of kills here this round either. Now, unfortunately, that is the buck down. So that was a great early kill there. So far now, Rogue the worst for wear on this attack.
Yeah, the stall factor from this bandit trick, a usually simple obstacle to get over, and yet it's causing a lot of headaches here for Rogue.
Yeah, they even have a Thatcher. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. They should have Vertical to be able to put pressure, but again, he's not using the window pressure to help, and now he's dead thanks to Fonkers.
Looks like Farrell's been down now, so the bandit will begin to bleed out as he also came over for a bandit trick onto the construction wall. Looks like Slash was having enough of his crap and finally laid him to rest. He'll continue to bleed out, but Leon will tack on, trying to rush in through the objective will be Slash. He'll get one actually with the bearing before he falls, but it's all left up to Easily. And Leon will shut him down inside of the new blue room, and that's a nice little counter punch there from Secret on their round after getting just bulldozed on their own site on the defense for their first round. On the second round, they counter back with a much better response there on the stall out, and we're going to go to another technical pause.
Speaking of stalling out.
Speaking of stalling out.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure what the technical issues are, but every once in a while, we do have these as we are using a different build. We use a special LAN build at each LAN event. Sometimes there's issues with that just because you can only do so much testing before LAN events. Sometimes it's, brand new computers that are being set up. It's hard to say what the exact issue is. Obviously, we can't see them sorting it out either, but hopefully it'll be sorted out quickly as we go down to Church for this next round. So far, we've seen Cash twice from Secret. Looks like technical pause over. So that was a good, quick one. But how will Church go for Secret? We saw it be a real struggle for Rogue. Looks like they will 6th pick over to the Kid. I think they were just teasing that they were going to go Jim with the Castle pick there. So good play on that, but it didn't affect Rogue at all. They're not going to do anything different. So
I was waiting for it to bait out a 6th pick from Rogue, being like, hey, we don't have something. We need something.
But they have what they need for all the sites. I mean, that is the lineup for all these sites, really. You don't need anything other than those 5 operators to attack every single site. So
unless you have some kind of crazy, intricate, well-developed plan for, I don't know, like a single area push, whether you need like a Nomad or a Gridlock to cover off rotations or something like that.
6 picks free, though, so you might as well do it.
Yeah. Honestly, Rogue have been playing everything pretty standard thus far. The aggression from Secret in that first round really caught me off guard, and I guess it did not catch Rogue off guard. They parried that quite well, but now on a basement defense again, you have to be wary for members of Secret swinging for the fences here. Rogue have lost 3 drones. We talk about drone economy every now and again, but 3 drones in prep phase, not a good start for Rogue.
No, you don't need the Mozzie. Yeah, and speaking of intel, they've also got the Valkyrie now as well. They don't have the Echo this time, but the Valkyrie is definitely going to provide a lot of information as to how that push is going down. I mean, you might catch some of them with the EMPs, for instance, but they're actually going to go open up dirt. I imagine it's just an open it up just in case sort of thing, in case he easily dies, for example, because they're not pushing it yet, and no one's actually playing in dirt. If they drone that out and know that, they can start pushing against Feral, but he might even have a camera in there.
So Feral was on main stairs. He was trying to contest against easily opening up dirt with the thermite charge. Threw a nitro cell out the window at Eclipse, but Eclipse shot it out of midair.
That's laying for you.
You're down a nitro. You could have 2 more with Fonkers and Leon, so that's not really the end of the world, but I mean, they're going to be in positions where they're going to be occupied with other tasks, like Leon and Fonkers might be trying to electrify something and be caught off guard, versus Feral, as soon as his cams are down, he has free reign to do really whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, you just end up going for gunning people like the way that we see, for example, like Laxum doing late round. But easily, doesn't need to be opening up anything else just yet. He has to wait for his team to get set up in case they want him to open Church Wall. He's not going to be focused on any hatches. They still need to open up the bar hatch, speaking of which they have the Habana and the Thatcher. So hopefully Eclipse doesn't get himself killed before that. So we know how important that is. Funkers could trick the Moto hatch, but at the same time, I'm not sure he's going for that just yet, as it looks like he's not elevated enough to do that. Is he going to go for it? Throw it up, and there's another Thatcher just to make sure that doesn't happen. So nicely done. That will get the hatch open. It looks like the other kid, Electroclaw, or actually maybe that's the bandit batteries on the church wall. But Vertical looking for free picks in the hallway.
He almost caught Fonkers twice. Once inside of Moto as he was debating going for the Cade trick, and then secondly when he crossed out of the church double door to rotate into Arsenal. So just missed opportunities by millimeters there for Vertical and the entire team of Rogue, but they get the Moto hatch open at the very least, and now you got to work on Blue hatch. You've got 1 EMP remaining, if I recall correctly, on Eclipse.
And he's got to use it for the stock hatch if you want to get that open.
So that means you're not going to be able to go for Church Wall because that's going to stay electrified. You might be able to get an angle from up above, like in the hallway, that tiny little pixel. You might be able to shoot some bandit batteries or get a frag grenade down in there, but outside of that, you're really low on utility and low on time right now for Rogue. 25 seconds and Vert will be solo pushing down Blue as the rest of the attack comes in and tries to push into Church, but Feral with another one downed off and easily. This is good coverage here, but Vert and Eclipse fire back. Multiple members down now out of nowhere. It's a 1v3, and all the downed members bleeding out on the floor for Rogue will be continued to be picked off like flies. Shuttle inside of Blue tries to push into Church, but there is no hope there. Secret will lock it down. Again, a stall factor coming out from these electrifying operators, these counter hard breach operators on defense. We're going to go for attack timeout here for Rogue as, again, they're not letting things completely slip away. They got their 1 attack. They need a couple more.
Well, this is where they know what the bomb site's going to be at this point. There's no way Secret's going for bar. They know it's going to be Jim because they've won the other 2 bomb sites. They lost now on their attack for 2 bomb sites in a row. Rogue need to figure out what to do on their attacks. They took way too long. As you saw, you mentioned when there was 25 seconds left, they were already dwindling. They started losing people because they had to push too aggressively into blue as well as into Moto. They didn't have the ability to follow through with a lot of that because they were also not able to drone, partially, as you mentioned, because they lost 3 drones during the prep phase. Just lack of good intel. They had, obviously, the intel from the Black Eyes as well. So just everything was working out in Secret's favor. They knew how to turtle a lot better than Rogue, because Rogue, you saw how long it took them to make their attacks, whereas we never saw Secret take that long to make their attack work. I mean, opening dirt was great, but he easily sat around doing pretty much nothing after that for a good long time. And stuff like that just can't happen. You need all 5 players firing on all cylinders during the round to not be in a desperate situation like that towards the end. But Secret definitely showing up. However, they're only 1 point ahead right now, so this could still go either way. We can see Rogue fire back on what is going to be the worst bomb site in theory for Secret, as it's their 3rd bomb site and the most difficult one to defend on this map outside of Bar. So this could be where we go back to a 5-5, and then of course we will go back to Church, I imagine, or I'm sorry, Cash.
Cash.
If they loot, well, either way they'll go back to Cash.
Yeah.
Next round, no doubt.
Yeah, because Cash gets opened up. It's locked for right now, but it'll get opened up at the conclusion of this round. And then, yeah, there's kind of no reason not to. You win this round, you lose this round, you're going to a stronger bomb site.
Well, it's like, we know what to do. We'll just fix what we did. Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's not going to work out very well, especially when you need to maintain a 2-point lead if you can, if you're Secret, because you don't want to get in an overtime situation. But if they do, they have the advantage. So we'll see if the rest of the teams can pick it up here, but it looks like Secret at least picking it up with Leon and Fonkers getting 8 each. Rogue gets a bit more spread out among everyone who's not Vertical. Vertical definitely doing top fragging here for this team. He just needs to rally the troops at this point. I think they really need to set up better for trades on him too. We see him a lot of times getting a gunfight solo, which he's winning, but when he dies, there's usually no one there to trade him on Rogue, and I think maybe that's what they need is the buddy system. Someone come along with Vertical to babysit, make sure that when he dies, they trade it out, because he's usually already killed at least 1 or 2 people. I gotta imagine his KPR right now is at least 1+.
Well, yeah, he's got 14 kills in 9 rounds.
Yeah, it's just, I mean,
math would be pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't do the math on it, but I recall him getting at least 1 kill around most of the time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, honestly, is Vert's kills are coming in packs as well, in bunches, so double kill on both the defenders who tried to vault over the railing. 2 immediate kills in that push last round.
It's because they're trying to trade their deaths on him. It's not working.
I think you're right, though. I think if you did have a duo with Vert, then you can continue and play off that momentum that Vert is bringing you. Right now, Vert's picks are huge, but they're not followed up by anything. It's like, it's a little spike on the graph, but then goes right back to a flat line. I
would say bring Shuttle with him, maybe, because Shuttle has been struggling to pick up some kills, and that would be where he could pick up some as well. And then the operators he's playing, I think, pair well. You've got those 2 soft breachers together to be able to push in somewhat aggressively while the rest of the utility-based operators do their work getting things opened.
Well,
we'll see.
We've seen electrifying operators, like I've said a couple times now, cause a lot of issues for Rogue today, and Rogue opted to leave this pretty wide open, but Alems will be Kaid tricking, but the second EMP will come out. Alems is in no range to pull that back, so that's both Electro Claws gone, but Leon will start things off on the slash. There was your Hibana in Narnia. It looks, I don't even know where he was. Leon's
He's back in the wardrobe.
I guess he was trying to push up to garage. Yeah, he was outside. Oh, he went for the run out outside garage door. Why is Slash there alone? I guess he's waiting for Eclipse to come over and EMP his wall, but
Did he die through the drone hole?
No, that had to have been a run out. There's no way he died through the drone hole.
You never know. It's possible. But yeah, I was probably red out. Like you said, you see the broken down boards on the garage door. They didn't claymore it. Alems, though, finding the follow-up onto Eclipse. They do have Jacuzzi wall open, but it cost them 2 important team members. Although Thatcher not as important now, but there goes Fonkers. Shuttles down. Nice trade with a grenade, at least, to an extent.
Now Vertical's been downed outside. Farrell will clean that one up easily, slowly pushing up the main hallway. He's got one on his main stairs, which is Leon, and as easily turns away. It'll be Leon to collect it. Secret, another flawless round in the books. And they're going to push it now to match point on map number 1, up 6-4.
Now, a reminder, this was Secret's map pick, and now we see why. They're definitely doing very well on it, both on attack and defense, but especially on defense. I mean, they've already gotten as many points on defense as they got on attack, and there's still, potentially 2 rounds to go, depending on how they do for this. Cache being their best bomb site, they get to go back to now. So they are on a very good situation to be able to close this map out and go to bank, which you mentioned could potentially favor Rogue. So very likely, especially with you casting, that we go to all 3 maps and see Coastline, the decider. But you never know. Maybe actually going to switch off the Mozzie, which he struggled with through that drone hole last time, thanks to easily going prone and taking some shots on him. Although, to be fair, he got docked up and did just fine after that, and they won that round. So it didn't really cost them too much, but, you know, it distracted the dock. The interesting that he switches from one drone denial operator to another, though. This one also able to deny walls. So not a bad switch, as they will have only one, electricity operator, not bringing the Kaid this time. I gotta say, the Alem's Echo Drones did a much better job the second time around as well. You saw him spotting the doorway to be able to help on when they were pushing in from construction. So good use of those as basically mobile Valkyrie cameras.
So, Team Secret here looking to wrap this one up with a nice little bow on Cache and CCTV. A site that they got absolutely trounced on the first time they played it. They ran it right back, and they were able to respond in kind. So, flawless rounds going back and forth now in the second half of this game. Earlier on, they were a lot closer in terms of man count every round, but outside of that, first half, it's been a very one-sided affair.
A secret show
in each round.
Yeah, it's definitely been like one team gets momentum and they seem to be able to close it out. We don't really see like a lot of back and forth as much until the very end of the round sometimes, but yeah, it's one team that usually gets the initial kills tends to win these rounds, it seems.
Oh my.
Leon with the
playing a bullet hole.
about as small of a peek hole as you can get. Unfortunately, doesn't time a shot, but doesn't give away his position. That's the important thing.
Hello?
I'm not sure. What is he getting out of this? He might as well be Pulse at this point if he's not going to shoot.
Yeah, he's seen 2 people's heads, the Hibana of Slash and Zofia of Vert, but Slash will shut down Alems. No, there goes your Echo again. What is happening, Secret?
Alems over peeking, and I just talked about how useful he was when he didn't get himself killed early. Rogue look a bit more efficient this round as well. They're actually on top of getting things open quickly. They're getting set up for it. Vert might actually help them get that wall open early. Leon needs to make a serious play, but we have Feral actually docked up, overstimmed, potentially go for some plays, and also keep himself alive, tricking this wall. Can they get it open? Easley's going for it. Is the timing going to work out for him? No, he peels off, but Easley, again, is just looking for a freebie through the drone hole. So this delay right here, I feel this round slipping away from Rogue right now.
There goes the impact he needed from down below, this time from Vert. He'll shoot the batteries off manually this time. He's had enough of this.
Yeah.
The base of Cache is waiting for a peek again, and the wall will finally get opened up here for Rogue, as again, it stymied them momentarily, but they're able to persevere and push on through. So finally the wall's been opened up. Last man standing, the round that Secret lost on this was Fonkers inside a garage in the rafters as the dock. Everyone else on site had fallen. So Slash stays alive a little bit longer here in this round as well, so he's able to X-Kairos open the garage to have multiple points of entry in. Vert has made it in underneath the rafters as the X-Kairos go off, and there goes the stun canister directly above him. The ping's coming out onto the spot as well. Fonkers in a deep well of trouble, hitting the deck. Still 100 HP. He's got 2 lining up for him with support coming in. Fonkers able to land the lethal blow onto Shuttle. An immediate trade there for Vert as they storm up the Gulag in through the rafters. Trying to pinch in now as they've got the 4v3 man advantage. This is a flank now coming out from Leon in the base of Garage. Ooh, shots back and forth now from Feral, waiting on the flank to come. And it's slow going here. 20 seconds for Rogue as they need to barrage the objective and get a plant going. Slash made it in behind the server rack. A Nitro Cell gets thrown over, and it'll down Slash. Bleeding out now, and Vert will be down and finished off by Leon as he storms back up to the garage rafters. The diffuser is not being planted. Leon with 2 now. He's going to hit the deck and try and stall for time. This is going to be Team Secret wrapping it up, taking map number 1.
Well done. That really should have been a Rogue round, especially with the way Vertical was playing. Got up there, got set up for the plant, got the kill onto the dock. That was absolutely just great play in the mid-round, especially by Vertical, but just inability to close out that C4 honestly saved them the round.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head to a short break in between the maps. Coming up next is Bank, but that is your final score on Clubhouse, 7-4 for Team Secret. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's map number 1 in the books. Team Secret take it 7-4 on Clubhouse. So Rogue in an early hole here for Team USA on home soil against the Brits, the team that's not even in Pro League anymore. Yet they had their miraculous Cinderella story run in Vegas at the Allied Minor to get here, and they are proving that they belong to hang with the best of the best. It's Rogue now regrouping in Secret. Honestly, a little bit of a victory lap right now.
I can imagine, yeah, that was definitely a really good start for them. Like I said, they have a lot to prove at the moment because they don't have Pro League to fall back on the way Rogue do. This is where they've got to really make their mark. So far, they're doing so. I mean, outside of Vertical, Rogue has definitely been struggling just time and time again in each of these rounds. Secret, especially on defense, that's the thing we talk about Clubhouse being defensive-sided. Secret proved that, whereas Rogue just seemed to struggle with it, just not winning a lot of their gunfights as well outside of Vertical. That's really where they need to maybe step things up. It's just they're maybe just not playing smart enough angles to have an advantage in these attacks. They're not winning gunfights, period. And of course, while gunfights are not everything, it certainly helps if you're alive to be able to make plays. So we'll see if they can step that up a bit on Bank. This is a bit more of a roamer map, whereas Clubhouse everyone was very tied down except for one roamer most of the time on defense. So if they're going to play some smart roaming, which Vertical is actually a very good roamer, could be the one to go for the roams on this. And we'll see if, for example, we get a Jackal ban or something like that on Bank. Could be very interesting for roamers to be able to play like that. But you never know. We will probably have Hibana banned, I imagine, but you never know again on these kind of land plays that are meant to surprise the other team as much as possible, make sure their homework doesn't stymie your potential strats. So, funny enough, Rogue, while this is a good map for them, only played it once during this Pro League season so far and lost 2-7 versus Dark Zero, so it wasn't their best map. Oh, and there we go, Capital getting banned by Secret, so now we don't have to see it come out from Rogue.
Yeah, it's usually a heavy ban there for Rogue. They really are not a fan of the new updates to Capitao. No surprise, they're a very strong operator. Instead, they'll like to ban the Hibana, so we lose one of our hard breachers. You still have 2 available in the Maverick. And the Thermite, no big surprise there. Hibana ban's pretty common.
Yeah.
Helps you out with your basement defense. You know, you have to be...
It's all about that server defense, yeah.
You have to be talented with the Maverick Torch to get 2 hatches with it. It's always a common thing that we angle in on the casting desk is, you know, did he use enough fuel or did he use the fuel efficiently?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Tanks.
A lot of operators, you don't have to manage the micromanage that much on your utility, but he definitely does, especially when there's no Hibana in play. I mean, when there's a Hibana available, it doesn't matter as much. Mm-hmm. But yeah, especially on this map. Although there's only really one hatch that's super important for him to get open. But we'll see.
Okay, Secret starting on the defense here on Bank, and they're going to elect to go staff room, open area, off rip. Now, Rogue are they're very familiar with.
They tried to pioneer it.
Honestly, it was
Castle Blaze.
It was Rogue and Dark Zero back in the day when they were both known as. I actually don't even remember what Rogue was known as back then, but when
they've gone through a few names.
Dark Zero was Flipside. They loved the offsites. When there really wasn't an off-site meta, there was no reason to. You didn't have to play 3 sites. You only had to play 2. You could bounce back and forth. But also no 6-pick to a castle here. So
yeah, that's an interesting choice.
Both of these teams, you know, we've seen default setups on these sites be opted to be brought with castle, both on the cache hold and on the gym bedroom defense on Clubhouse, and now a staff room open area hold on Bank. Foregoing a castle for other utility. I mean, you have a lot of utility on the side of Secret. You have Fonkers on the Mozzie and Leon on the Valkyrie. That's a lot of intel right there on top of the Evil Eyes and Neepy to deny hatches getting opened up. This is a good lineup so far from Secret. I like it. We're going to have to wait and see how the playstyle.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the attack a bit more because combined between the Thatcher and the Maverick, Kaed's going to be pretty much useless.
Yeah.
There's not really much you can do against those 2. Yes, they don't have the Hibana and they have to choose 2 hatches if they want to do hatches because that's all they can get with the Thermite, and they might also be able to get one with the Maverick, but I got to imagine they weren't expecting open areas, so their lineup wouldn't have changed necessarily for that. But at the same time, without the castle, I mean, the castle would have been perfect right now. You have no soft breachers on the team that can open up castle barricades. Yes, you can kind of poke through them with the Maverick Torch, but that would have been the perfect play right now. That would have actually denied them a lot of time. They would have had to potentially waste even grenades from the Buck to be able to open those up. So, fortunately, they did not go for that play. I think that would have been a better play than the Kaed, seeing what the lineup was from Rogue as they did. They could have made that 6-pick, but we'll see. They could still be effective here. They've got the Maestro and the Valkyrie for a lot of intel as well. To be able to spot with both those sets of eyes. Sound like that explosion going out there, no damage done.
I think that was Leon's Nitro Cell.
I think so too. Try and catch him in the window, vaulting in maybe, but he didn't. Feral, though, is going to catch Eclipse early. That's a good initial pick. That is grenades off the board. But the more important picks are going to be the hard breachers and Thatcher, which are still left alive. Another C4 attempt there failing. Feral is going to be hold Janitor, though, very effectively, although a missed throw on the smoke doesn't help. Vertical is actually doing a good job countering the roam play here with his footprint tracks and just holding a drone hole as long as he can. Ooh.
Wow, Feral's gonna bust out of the janitor closet and remove the head of Shuttle for free. Immediately traded out by Slash as he pushes in the back of conference room inside of CEO, but at the end of the day, they've done their damage upstairs. Two members will fall. That's Eclipse and Shuttle on the Buck and the Maverick to
I hate to blame Vertical for that, but he really should have seen Feral running out. He was just way too one-track mind on that drone hole.
Trying to get sneaky with it, trying to play the drone hole and catch him off guard playing safe, but we've seen the aggression from Team Secret come out in multiple rounds on Clubhouse, and no different story here.
I like how they have a backup Buck now that Eclipse is dead.
Gotta bring the Shoddy on the Jackal, and the Jackal track will come down onto Leon. EMPs, although, will allow you to open up both of these hatches, like you said. The Kaid really not all that useful, and yeah, the Jackal tracks are gonna lock down Leon. He's in a very curious spot, to say the least, underneath that hatch inside of open area. So now the last set of tracks coming out onto the Kaid. This is dangerous here for Team Secret. The good thing, the one thing that's on their time right now is time. And they have pretty decent positioning. They can't be pushed out from inside a kitchen. They can play the long angles with two ACOGs, the TCSG, and the Alda to try and lock this down at range. The smokes from Vert, though, will provide cover as they drop in. The plant going down now from easily underneath the hatch, and there goes Slash, taking down Meep. The last man alive is a Lems, and he's trying to go for a long flank on the Maestro, the one-speed operator with the Alda top side. He'll have hatch control and a lot of pings coming out from those Evil Eyes and the Valkyrie cameras looking up the hatch, but easily dispatched with ease. Debating dropping the hatch into a cross. There's a member of Rogue that has gone topside Slash to try and contend this, and this will be a Lems pushing back down the main stairs. Vertical retreating on top of the diffuser as he turns the corner, the feet exposed, taking a little bit of damage, but dealing more than he's taking, but Slash will lock it down from the hatch above, raining Hellfire down, and that is Rogue taking round number 1 on the attack, so a good stopgap there from the pain that they were dealing with on Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's really the Rogue we should have been seeing on Clubhouse. It wasn't just Vertical stealing the show. It was the whole team playing well as a team. I mean, it was unfortunate when they lost Shuttle on that Maverick, from Feral running out of Janitor, when Vertical probably should have caught that, but regardless, they traded it back quickly and then continued pressure from there. They had the right utility. Like I said, the lineups were so much more in favor of Rogue. They lost the Buck and the Maverick and still had enough backup utility to get anything done that they needed to do. That's the play right there. It was just Secret had a nice idea, but they didn't counter-strat what Rogue was clearly going to be doing well enough, and their open area pretty much just got torn apart. There's a reason why that's not the most heavily defended site, and without a castle, it gets even worse. You saw the top-down pressure matters so much. Really paid off there. Feral was the only one to get much kills outside of Alebs' one. Slash actually definitely picked up last round, you can see from the scoreboard, so a little bit more balanced that last time. Eclipse and Shuttle just dying a bit too early to be able to get any kills on the board. They're going to go to the more traditional CCTV now here from Secret, so that should go a little bit better for them, I imagine, than open area. But hey, sometimes the first round is where you try those new ideas out and see if you can get away with it when they're not expecting it. But I imagine Rogue a little bit on edge after losing that last map, really looking to just drive any kind of nails in they can here and get early advantage, and they did exactly that first round. Bring the same utility this round as well, except for Eclipse switching over from the Buck to the Zofia. That should be able to cope a little bit better with dealing with trying to get any soft breaching open they need to do. And then, I mean, they have the backup Buck if they need to do the Buck style stuff from the ITA of Jackal as well. So I think this is probably a better lineup for them, especially going into this particular site. Pulse is going to get tracked. Unfortunately, that doesn't tell you a whole lot other than whether or not he's playing inside Gold Vault.
See, some open area hatches were reinforced there as well. So yeah, the top side open area reinforced hatches, same ones they reinforced for defending the site of open area. It seems to be a bit of a bait, though, as no one's playing inside. No one's playing for that kind of map control right now.
Ooh, Vertical.
Rips apart Fonders inside of open area. Secondary peek now coming from Vert, and Lems will win that out, rushing up the stairs. Farrell tacks on now, that's 2. Secret on a volley now as Easily and Vert will both perish. Easily still trying to rush through and trade this one back, but there's no rotate into the small office. He's gonna have to go the long way around.
Oh no. They've lost the Thermite as well. That's a really good early pick here. Losing the Jackal also means they can start to roam a lot more freely. I got to imagine they're gonna sneak up on behind the attack because the attack cannot open the wall now to go for the normal plant they would. They're gonna be funneled in, and Farrell's already capitalizing on that, taking down Shuttle. Farrell almost loses life, but nope. Eclipse is the one to die now. It's all on Slash versus 4. What a reversal of that first round.
Yeah, Slash alone in a 1v4. He's got a Lems and Farrell on low HP, but he's still toiling inside of the main lobby. This is a bad spot to be in for Slash. They haven't opened anything up. They got caught up in the Roam game, and the Roam game won. They fought the law, and it did not work out well on their side. Slash now going to try and push Garage. There was a member of Secret playing in the Garage previously.
I think it was Meepy before.
Looks like he dipped out. So Slash will have free entry, kind of. There's still going to be Valk cams and the cardiac sensor from Leon to establish his position. This is looking all but lost here for Slash.
Yeah, this is definitely the kind of round where maybe you need to like have Slash mute everyone else, and the rest of the team can discuss next round while he tries to clutch this out. But I just cannot see this happening unless Secret just makes a huge series of blunders. There's no way Slash is going to clutch this out. This is definitely just kind of him trying to warm up his aim for the next round, I suppose.
There we go. Leon was twisting around there a little bit. I'm sure the little beep from the cardiac sensor that gives you the indication that you're seeing someone, even if you don't actually see it. And nah, it's a firing squad through this off wall. Lems will wrap that one up from inside of Red Hall, and that is Team Secret bouncing back in style, leveling things up at 1v1, or sorry, a 1-1 scoreline now. The Roam game, Farrell.
Yeah,
just a monster on
that's all there is to say about that run is Farrell.
Yep.
Really, at the end of the day, because he just destroyed. Was it a 4K for him, if I remember correctly? 3K? Yeah, it was
3K.
Close enough to a 4K. My goodness, what a round for Farrell. He destroyed the important players first, and then just started mopping things up after that. Even on low health, they just were not ready to trade his aggression. They're going to try Tellers. So obviously they can't play CCTV again, and they're certainly not going to try open area a second time just yet. So Tellers is the play. It makes sense to go there next. Slash, though, going to make an interesting choice. Going 6th pick over to Ash. And Leon also going to sneak over to the Valkyrie. Castle's finally going to come out, I guess, now.
Yeah, we're going to see a Castle. We saw a Cade in the reveal phase, but the 6th picked off of now. Farrell's going to keep the Castle, so he's been on a carousel of operators, honestly. He's kind of their flex to the nth degree, which is, I'm going to play anything you need me to.
Yeah. I feel like usually Slash is kind of the flex player a bit on Rogue. And he's just going to go for that Ash play. Should be interesting. I remember when they used to play, he would play the Glaz, and Ying, they would go to enter on Tellers very aggressively through the lobby. Neither of those operators, though, seeing much play these days due to the nerfs.
Let's never go back to that meta, please.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the current place where both of those operators are.
Those seasons sucked.
Yeah, that was definitely not the way to watch the game. So I'm glad for that as well. The Slash on Ash is going to be a little bit more entertaining, I hope, than some of those operator choices.
Yeah.
But with the Thermite in play here, I imagine they might go for a play onto the Teller's wall, but you never know. They could also go for a back rush onto Archives, or even play from the hallway walls. A lot of I love that Thermite is useful like on all of the bomb sites on this map. It's definitely very handy. So easily you can just continue to play one operator the whole time. Leon trying to be sneaky that is generally what Leon does, is plays a bit of a sneaky roamer. He's got some cameras to help him out. I appreciate the sneakiness of this one. Gonna catch a drone. Unfortunately, he's getting jackal tracked, so if he stays on his cams, he's gonna have to be very careful here. He doesn't just get shot while he's sitting there on his phone. Vertical, though, is actually playing a lot more cautious this time, though.
You found the Valk cam.
Nice. Well, he's found the Valk and the cam, so
yep.
Looking good. Leon actually trying to bait this out here with a C4, but Farrell continuing his steamroll, again finding the Jackal. Vertical down now. No more tracking going to happen, and that's going to save Leon a bit of work here as well.
Playing bullet holes on the soft or the CEO wall, man. This sneaky plays all around from Secret, catching Rogue off guard, and the aggression never relenting for Team Secret thus far.
Yeah, we see why he brought the castle was to be able to protect himself upstairs.
See Shuttle. Yeah, I think this is the right call here from Shuttle. You got to rotate out. This is Something.
I think Slash might have gotten stuck there.
I think everyone died.
Yeah, it might have been a server hiccup. The time's still ticking down.
That's weird.
I mean, this does look similar to some of the other Rogue rounds on Clubhouse.
Don't remind me.
Well, unfortunately, I imagine we're waiting to find out what the dealio is here, but
It might have just been us.
It could be. It could just be the spectator side crash here, but it looks like the players are discussing now, so I think there might have been a crash of some kind.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
So yeah, we don't know what happened there. We're assuming the whole lobby died. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. It just took a second to catch up to what actually happened.
Yeah, connection to the game server is lost. So that sounds like everything exploded. So we're gonna have to run that one back. Unfortunately, because I mean,
lucky for Rogue.
Yeah, I mean,
They
he
get a
lost
second chance
early.
Yeah.
There's about a minute 30 left, and yeah, Secret had a kill. That's
Well,
tough.
I mean, now he knows where one of their cams might be placed. He knows that Leon is playing down an open area. Like, if
Yeah.
Secret play it the same way, that gives Rogue a huge advantage. But that's on Secret to play it the same way. They certainly don't have to. But now they're going to be expecting those castle barricades and Feral playing upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Secret are going to have to tweak things slightly, or Rogue will have an advantage in this. And I know that's a bummer for Secret, but honestly, there's no other good way to handle the situation. You can't just be like,
No.
oh, we'll give the round to them, or we'll let them change sites.
Because you never know.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just not a fair enough way to really redo that. It's not our call, of course. Like, admins could decide something different, but definitely is likely to be a replayed round. Rogue trying to think what they could be doing a little bit better. Vertical getting shut down early I mean, that's what ends the rounds for Rogue, right? If Vertical can't come in and shut everyone down. Although, to be fair, they did have a very good first round where Vertical was at the start of the show. But you noticed Vertical died the second round, and things fell apart rather quickly. Of course, Easily also died early on that round. I mean, I like some of the Rogue plays, but Secret seem to know how to play the aggression from their defense on this map very well. And that just comes down to the fact that it's Bank. Bank just supports Roamers. It's a roam play we couldn't see as effectively from them on Clubhouse. So Rogue are going to have to play a similar game. They're going to have to play very aggressive roam as well once it comes to the defensive side. It's just a question how many attacks they can take first. And so far, they're 1 for 1 because that last round is unlikely to count towards anything just yet. So you have Rogue winning the first round, Secret winning the second. This could go either way, but it's going to take some time. I believe they're going to have to reset the lobby up and then put in the data from those 2 rounds.
Thankfully, it's only 2 rounds.
Yeah, thankfully. So it does take a little bit of time, unfortunately. But we'll see. This is definitely slow going. I have a feeling TSM versus Empire is going to finish before we even finish our second map, the way things are going so far. But I have heard...
How it goes with me on the B Street.
Yeah. I don't want to give any spoilers for those who don't want to be spoiled just yet, but I believe it is at least on map number 2 for TSM versus Empire, and it was an interesting result for map number 1. So make sure to check out the VODs of that when you get a chance if you weren't watching over there. But again, you will get a chance, it seems like quite a few times, to catch some of the action going on that stream while we go through some of the delays over here, which hopefully won't take too long. Of course, you can watch the players kind of getting warmed up there. I love Easily's like bright blue mouse. Really standing out. Slash already yawning. That's not a good sign. They're definitely not looking awake. I don't see any Red Bulls on their desk there. Maybe that's the problem, is they need to be getting on those energy drinks. Power on up.
So the lobby exploded.
Shrapnel everywhere.
Yeah, we're just in the process of putting the pieces back together.
Yeah,
right
it sounds
now.
like it may take a few minutes, so bear with us. As I said, multi-twitch it, so you can watch Empire vs. TSM while you're waiting as well, because of course we don't want any downtime for you, but we can only do so much to get this going. So hopefully it won't take forever. But it does seem like it could have been on the server side, not any one particular player, so it's just a matter of restarting that server and or lobby. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we have the players ready again inside the lobby, so hopefully it won't take too long to get cracking on this.
Yeah, the good news is that it was only 2 rounds in.
Yeah.
Bad news is it was only 2 rounds in. We don't have a whole lot to talk about with the map.
No, it was
thus
definitely
far.
Farrell's show for sure. It's definitely Farrell really playing up there in terms of just surprising them, really. And he was doing it again that last round. Hey, Helby.
Wow, we're not going to get a wave?
He looks very concentrated right now. He's got work to do. You definitely see them looking a bit more focused here on this team than we saw from Rogue, though. Rogue just really looked kind of tired and just kind of ready to go back to bed. Definitely not seeing that from Secret. They're looking to really maybe even close this out in a 2-0 if they can continue to stay on point here. I mean, obviously these delays don't help.
No.
But, yeah. Maybe looking... concentrating as much as he can because he hasn't really been doing a ton in either of these maps so far. He hasn't been, getting any kills. We haven't seen him making any serious plays. He could be making a lot of comms callouts and things like that we don't see necessarily, but it's definitely been a lot down to players like Leon, Fonkers, Farrell to be able to make a lot of those plays. LM's as well as had his moments.
Yeah, I think on the Rogue side of things, it was Shuttle getting off to a bad start on Clubhouse. I believe he finished the game 3-9, maybe? 3-10, 3-9, something in that range. It's not a good game for him, especially when we saw an unleashed Shuttle in Valencia. That was an entirely different Shuttle.
And that's the thing is Shuttle and Vert are both heavy fraggers. They just don't always have their moment. And during the Pro League season, for some reason, it's actually been more on Slash and Eclipse a lot of the times to get those frags. Although, oftentimes I feel like the pattern has kind of been, at least during Pro League, Slash will get a pick or two sometimes early, sometimes a very important one, but he'll die mid-round. Eclipse will be left to kind of clutch it out. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. But then Shuttle and Vert just haven't been there a lot of the time. And easily, being more of the support player is either doing that or just, I don't know, he's kind of been nullified very often during Pro League early. We haven't seen him getting killed too early, too often this matchup so far. But at the same time, he also hasn't been getting a ton of kills. But he got more than I was expecting last time on Clubhouse.
Hey,
so looks
we did it.
Yeah, in theory, we're ready to go here. Just a second, obviously, you can't see the screen just yet, but obviously we're making sure everything's good to go before we cut over to the game again. It looks like we are getting back into bank and replaying round number 3. Got to pick the same bomb site and the same ops. So no trickery to be had here. But looks like we are underway.
There we go. We did it. We're back underway. It's at Bank. It's map number 2. Team Secret took map number 1, Clubhouse 7-4. For any of you who are just tuning in, it's Tellers, it's Archives, it's the same picks. Leon's going to 6-pick over from the Kaid to the Valkyrie, as he did right before our entire game exploded into a million pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
So we'll see. As I said, the same lineup, just a question whether or not they play it differently this time. I mean, they can adapt in some ways as well, knowing we saw how they kind of droned it a little bit last time, so we can maybe place the Mozzie Pests a little bit more effectively. We can kind of play a little bit around where they're entering, things like that. But I feel like Rogues still have a bit more of the advantage, knowing a bit more about how Secret we're playing it. So Secret will have to shake things up a little bit. But to be fair, the way that Farrell was playing it, I don't think he has to change too much. It's just he maybe needs to take advantage of knowing how they're approaching it and just play a little bit more effectively off that and not give them a free pick out of it. I imagine Vertical, though, is going to have to try and make sure that he drones effectively because they know where he was entering from last time to make sure that he can safely enter to get footprints. Now, he does have a decent amount of range, though, so if they walk into stock, for example, he can catch the footprints from the window potentially and not be too unsafe. But it looked like last time, for example, Leon was trying to C4 from below, like he did the first round when they were playing open, to try and deny an entry. So he's going to be expecting that this time. We didn't see him fall for it too easily last time, but he did manage to catch footprints and verticals again, doing the same thing. But now he's going to drone first, make sure it's safe. Unfortunately, no holes in the floor to be able to hear any C4 if there was any pre-placed. Because, of course, Leon playing Valkyrie could have cam setup. You do see the cam setup. Vertical saw it as well. So I don't imagine that's going to be the most effective cam, and it's going to be taken out quickly. Oh, nope. He misses the shots on it. He's going to re-drone it, sees it's still there. This is a bit of time wasted, though. Almost a minute already burned, and Leon, it hasn't really cost him too much other than a camera.
No, it's done a good job of stalling out the entry, and Farrell will start things off with some fireworks on a Slash Hug, as that'll be the first member to fall. The Ash easily will trade him right back out, though. I think that was from Lobby, question mark? Not even sure, actually, where those shots
Well,
came
he's
from.
dead in Lobby, that's for sure.
Yep.
But Farrell being down early, definitely good. Slash being down early, not as big a deal, I don't think. Leon also almost dead as well. This is giving Vertical a bit more free roam. He also has the intel onto the Valkyrie. He could open the hatch with his IT if he needs to as well. And finally, the last ping coming out onto Leon. So His hunting is ended for the moment. Maybe playing a sneaky spot, though. Could catch a member upstairs off guard, but it doesn't look like they're approaching that way.
Pretty sure that's easily pushing his way down square stairs. It is. He's got Eclipse above. They're pretty focused right now on CEO still, trying to make sure that they have everyone cleared out. Watching for rotations, it's a bit of a waiting game between both teams right now. Stalled out, waiting for one team to make the first move. The health advantage on the side of Rogue, the time advantage on the side of Secret right now. Under a minute remaining now as every single ceiling board gets blown sky high by these breaching charges and remote breach utility from Eclipse as well. This is a bit of floundering here from Rogue, though. They're dipping around. They're not really sure, at least from our point of view, where they want to execute the push from. Like, this site execute right now seems to be angling towards front desk, but that's gonna slow down real quick. Lems with one on D easily, dropping the diffuser, but Shuttle will trade it out, and now it's gonna be a front desk push.
Well, they did lose the thermite, so that is going to slow things down a little bit. They still have some potential for soft destruction, but now a lot of these hard walls really going to matter, and the diffuser's just sitting there for the moment. They're finally going to pick it up, but they're going to have to frag out for this push now.
All right, that's Fonkers all the way downstairs. Shuttle will take down Fonkers as well as he tries to retreat back, and the Toxic Babes, oh, it'll just be enough as Leon catches him in the dying seconds pushing through the door. The diffuser is down. Eclipse has to push that back up. He's had 50 HP taking damage. Turning to the corner will be Vertical on the cover. A beautiful shot there. Leon, last man standing up top, trying to play the kill holes. Leon into the overtime with a plant going down will shut down Eclipse, and that'll give Secret the round that looked like it was going their way before the break anyway. They'll get it back, and they'll take the lead once again.
Rogue, unfortunately, took way too long to make the push. You saw how long, for example, Vertical was sitting there trying to just get some advantage on Leon. You saw easily spending forever at the top of the square stairs, just sitting there taking shots at Archives, not really accomplishing a whole lot before he eventually died. Slash also dying early in the lobby. Just the complete slowdown by Rogue. That shouldn't have been the case. They knew what the bomb site was. They knew how they were playing it from the round before the break. Rogue should have been on fire. They should have been pushing that very quickly, having drones for each other, taking map control, securing it, and then stopping roamers, and they just were not. I mean, at least they got Feral early, though. That's the one good thing I can say for it, and they almost got that plant going. Open area again, though. Well, interesting that they would rather play that than CEO, because CEO is a really good bomb site, so it's all right. We'll see how this goes for them. They do have the point advantage right now, though.
Back to staff room, like you said, this is interesting because they've dropped the Maverick now. Rogue have. They're taking the IQ for these Valkyrie cameras. I guess they're just sick of Leon's intel that he's gathering. The Mozzie drones can also be spotted, but they're a lot harder to really isolate with the IQ scanner. You're not used to seeing a drone anymore, so you used to see friendly drones on the IQ scanner. Then they got rid of that, and then Mozzie comes out, so now you'd be looking for drones again, but instead of avoiding them, make sure you don't shoot them. Yeah. You have to shoot them if they show up.
You also have to pay attention to the lights that you see on the drone.
Yes.
For those of you who aren't aware, the light on the drone itself indicates who's controlling it. And it's very often, if you're not paying attention, you might think there's a friendly drone near you when it's actually Mozzie just bringing one up on you, especially in the early phases when there's a lot of drones going around anyways. Leon, rather than playing from below this time, is actually going to be playing in stock. They open the window, but I don't know that they know he's in there. A drone's going to come around here in just a second from Vertical, but no, it's actually going to go through the doorway instead. Imagine they probably saw that the window was open, though. Leon actually with an interesting angle, though, onto the roof. And some cameras pre-placed there that Feral's going to be able to use till it gets taken out. Patience is everything here for Leon. Unfortunately, Vertical. Oh, Vertical. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Leon now going to have to leave.
Very narrowly makes it out. It's Vert playing up top, but he hasn't made it over to the square or the south stairs skylight. Fonkers will take down Eclipse now, pushing into the lobby. Leon looking for a second one alone. Slash on 1 HP will fall to Leon. It's 2 quick kills for the Brits. And all of a sudden, it's all the utility that you could possibly ever want for the side of Rogue removed from play. Eclipse and Slash taken out easily down as well. It's a 2v5 now for Vert and Shuttle. A 1v5 as Vert will fall. A never-ending onslaught coming from the British representatives. Shuttle will shut one down onto a Lem, so it won't be flawless, but another explosion and a secondary explosion right to follow. None of it will connect onto Shuttle. He's got 4 more targets to find. He'll need the 1v5 ace to keep this tied up, or it's going to be a 2-round advantage for Team Secret. Turning to the corner and pre-firing everything, really. He's worried about every possible angle. The hatches didn't get opened up either. This is not looking good. Laying prone underneath the default camera at the top of the square stairs balcony as a defender. Sounds like shotgun holes now coming up through the floor and through the walls. As Shuttle really, he does not have an entry. He's trying to find one lonesome pick right now. That's Farrell.
Wow.
Prone under the camera still, doing his best Slug Boy impression. And we're to go for attack break here for Rogue.
Already?
Hey, I mean, things are getting out of control here early, and Rogue have now surrendered 2 rounds consecutively.
Didn't you guys just get a break? This is not looking good for Rogue. Honestly, here's what I think Rogue needs to be doing. Bring a Dokkaebi or a Lion. Because roam play is just killing you. And this is a map where, of course, roam play is going to be doing that very often. You're bringing a Jackal, but he can only do so much. It seems like every time Vertical is just hunting Leon. But while doing that, everyone else is still running around. People like Farrell getting away with things. Bring a Dokkaebi would be ideal, because I feel like at this point Dokkaebi a little bit stronger than Lion. Plus you get the smokes, which can help for the plants or just be able to cut off rotations from those roamers. Just something rather than just the Jackal, because it is the thing too, is the Jackal can only be really tracking like one set of footprints at a time kind of thing, and you only get to track so many. He also did get a slight nerf recently, just before this, so.
And Lion isn't banned. Lion's available.
And
hey.
Dokkaebi is as well.
Yeah, you know, you could really bring a lot of, I mean, Nomad isn't banned, Gridlock isn't banned.
Yeah, what I was totally forgetting. There's 2 really good roam control operators we haven't even seen, and this is a team that Eclipse has played so much Gridlock. Why are we not seeing it now? That's really the big failing, is just not bringing the huge breadth of 5 different roam control operators they could be bringing right now.
I think for Rogue, they're trying to get back to basics. You know,
Yeah.
they're taking a lot of single-minded operators, like you said. You know, Jackal tracks 1 person.
Yeah.
They've brought back the Maverick, thank the Lord, so they have at least secondary hard breach in case he easily goes down.
Yeah.
For Rogue here, I think, honestly, yeah, they're trying to keep things as simple as possible, not, you know, open up the playbook too much. Really just try and keep things locked down. And Secret are a team that are not afraid to take gunfights. That has been well evident through a map and a half now.
Especially Leon and Farrell, their roam play has been fantastic.
I think if you're Rogue, you might want to start expanding deeper into the operator pool that's available to you.
Yep.
Just because trying to go one-on-one with gunfights right now against Secret has just not been working for you.
Yeah, I appreciate the utility they bring, but you saw that last round, none of the utility even mattered, because most of the gunfights they got into were well before the site. It was just their inability to control the roamers was far more important than their ability to open anything at that point.
Well, it's troublesome here for Rogue, you know, a team that a lot of people had high hopes for. I had high hopes for, especially if anyone's seen my public.
You're making it sound like it's already almost done, but hey, maybe I picked the right side then. I don't know. We'll see.
Very true. I mean,
but not only is the match not done, of course there is a losers bracket as well, so neither of these teams are going to be gone anytime soon. With that being said, it's starting to look like Secret could be running away with today.
I think I'm just a little shocked to see such a difference between the Rogue we're seeing right now and the Rogue we saw in Valencia. You know, same kind of situation. It took them a minute to really get in their groove. Their first game against Na'Vi in the group stage for Valencia, that went 3 maps as well, and Rogue were struggling a little bit, but as soon as they woke up, it was lights out.
Yeah.
They were down 3-0 on map number 3 in their first game, and they stormed back with 7 rounds in a row. I don't know, maybe Rogue just need a minute to kind of catch their breath and wake up, but they're running low on those chances to wake up here. You've got 4 more rounds lost available to you in this map, and you're done.
The upside is some of the other members of Rogue are starting to show up. We saw Shuttle, for example, had 3 kills since the last rehost. And we've seen Slash occasionally get some. We've seen Easily get some in the last map. Like, there's a bit more spread out in this than rather just be all on vertical, but it's just not all the time in the same round. It's a bit more spread out, and they're losing people too early too often. Shuttle, though, is at least going to take down Farrell. That is a great start. If they could take Leon down as well, then this could be a very good round for Rogue, because that's been the other problem. But he's got Lems actually helping cover him here, but this is the first time they're playing CEO, so maybe this is a good sight for them, maybe not.
It appears as a member of Team Secret that has not been droned out. It's the one person not on site. That's Fonkers downstairs inside of Archives. A Jackal come out, but Lem's removing easily from play. He's already got 1 wall opened up, so he did his job at the very least before falling. Let's That's another good equalization there from Team Secret. Trying to rotate out in vertical. We'll rip down Leon.
There we go.
This is looking a lot better for Rogue, but as I say that, Fonkers will trade one back on the flank through main lobby. Meepy on low HP has to smoke himself off inside of the janitor closet. Nobody on Rogue has picked up the diffuser yet. The flank coming again, but the railings will prevail. Shuttle locking down Fonkers. Another trade back as it's down to a 2v2.
Trade.
Lems onto Vert. Shuttle back to Meepy. One after another. We trade back and forth, and we find a Lems in a 1v2 with the Alda. Shuttle on 50, just a little bit above. Eclipse on 100 as they try to pinch in and not push this in a 1v1 scenario. Lems getting closer and closer to an opening up in that wall that Eclipse was locking down. The sprays will come out wildly and drop Eclipse to about 60 and just never ending on that magazine of the Alda. The plant going down now from Shuttles. The coverage coming in from Eclipse inside of the janitor closet. He's stunned now by those Zofia concussion mines that have been launched out as well, and the plant will be successful as Shuttle tries to prone his way back out the breach hole behind the desk. Flashbangs will deter Lems from rushing straight through the sofa room. Have to turn towards janitor, and holding the rotate immediately will be Eclipse, and they'll stop the bleeding early. Rogue have a chance now to equalize in the first half, but man, that one still came down to the wire.
Well, that's their third bomb site as well, so that was the one they were more expected to win because obviously Secret didn't have a lot of confidence in their CEO, especially since they went to open twice. That shows just CEO was not the play for them, and Rogue finally took advantage of that, but also Shuttle finally waking up here. I mentioned his 3 kills from earlier, and they obviously got a few more that round as well. It's easy to forget how good Maverick's gun is as well. It's a very nice gun, despite his utility as well. Plus, he wasn't just poking holes and getting shot through them that Maverick players tend to do to themselves. They did lose easily kind of early, though, and that gave Secret an opportunity to potentially have locked them out from the site. But I think their aggression actually worked against them that round. They poked out in a lot of places where Rogue were actually able to take advantage of that. But the thing to remember about that one is they killed Leon and Feral early, and then that's a site where you're kind of turtled at the end. And in that situation, you can kind of box in the defenders quite a bit if you can play the right angles. And with the way Secret's been playing aggressive defense, that actually worked in their favor last time. But I don't think that's going to affect this round the same way. And I feel like the way Secret are playing this might work in their favor. To be fair, though, the last time they played this, they took down easily early. That denied their ability to get the wall open and force them into more linear play. And then we saw Slash in this really long attempt at a clutch. Got to mention they're going to be a little more organized this time, so this might go a little bit better. But again, they need to not get picked off by these roam plays. Fonker's bringing out the first alibi, though. He's really just going to be trying to keep them guessing where he's at. You can see Shuttle, though, did catch the alibi, rotating to get the hatch on the elevator. Potentially, unless that was on a different floor. Hertel, sometimes a nice little Valkyrie camera coming out there to watch Square. Could potentially even see up through the skylight.
This has been a quite repetitive take so far from Rogue. They've been avoiding the main lobby kind of like the plague.
Well, they've died in it a couple times as well, so I can kind of understand why. And Leon, of course, going to get tracked again. Oh, no, it's Feral this time on that, but Slash, early pick. Now Thermite's going to have a little bit of a harder job, potentially. No, wait, no, there's no denial of the walls anyway, so Thatcher was not really necessary. Plus, they obviously, on a band, they have the Maverick, so I don't know. This is going to make a huge difference. That was a slow goo. Vertical just waiting patiently.
Bird's waiting for the peek here from a Lems, but that was Slash trying to get in extremely quickly into Garage. Make sure he locks down those rotations and possibly get a nice opening pick that really would send Team Secret off kilter, having to react to that and kind of swarm the Garage. We've seen instances of that before go quite poorly for the defensive side, but instead, Lems ready and waiting. And Slash will be the first casualty in round number 6, the last round of our first half here. Slow goings here for Rogue after losing Slash as well. This is stalling out quite a bit here for Rogue. We're midway through the round and everyone's still working on the top floor. The objective is in the basement. You've got a member inside of Archives that'll be spotted out now by this concussion mine, the proximity mine launched in. That's Fonkers, but he's got support from a Lems now who's rotated up. And where's that flank control? How does a Lems get from the basement up here? And a Lems will take down Eclipse off the troubles and honestly missteps taken by Rogue. Trying to collapse in. He's got a member right beside him, is vertical inside of open area, in Tellers. And Lems, another one. That's 3 on the round for him, going for 4. Shut down mercilessly by Shuttle, but now Shuttle the last man standing as he tries to rush broadly into sight. Meepy will lock it down with the shotgun, coming back with the garage ramp. It's a 4-2 score line in favor of Team Secret. 3 rounds away from sending themselves to a date with either G2 or Cyclops, whoever wins that matchup.
Here's the problem with Rogue, and I've seen them do this throughout the season. Solo play. way too much solo play. Yeah, there is some trades back and forth, but they're just not buddied up enough. They're getting picked off individually. Their attacks are way too spread out. We're not seeing a lot of coordination, and that's why they're also very slow. They seem to be everyone getting into their position. Are you in your position yet? Are you in your position yet? Taking 2 minutes just to get in a good position. And as that's happening, players like Slash are getting picked off early, and then they're not able to get into that position because they're dead at that point, and they're slowly just losing pieces. They never really get solid map control, especially on this map. We saw them struggle with that on Clubhouse as well. But that's the thing is, you compare it to a team like, say, Empire, right? They drone in, they take that part of the map, that's theirs from then on. You're not getting it back. Whereas we're seeing the opposite from Rogue. They just waltz into different areas, sometimes get picked off, sometimes don't. But they don't really retain any map control. You saw the Alibi just sitting there inside Archives, and then with more than enough time for Lems to come back him up in there. It's just, and then on top of that, you saw the Pulse and the Valkyrie all right, well, we got this. Let's just start rotating up, take back the map. And they absolutely did. It just, Rogue are not seemingly coordinated enough on their attacks to start pinching out players of Secret quickly, to eliminate areas, to take map control, and then to push from there towards site. They're not getting close to executes, except for on CEO.
So, I guess almost similarly to Clubhouse. So Clubhouse through 6 rounds, we saw 1 plant. Through 6 rounds on Bank, we've seen 2.
Yeah. Now sides have switched, so that could change. We can see some plants here come out from Secret. They're bringing a somewhat similar lineup, but they are bringing the Nomad. What do you know? Hey, maybe we should stop them from taking map control back. I mean, I think Gridlock can be a bit more effective, especially the way that Eclipse normally plays it. For some reason, hasn't played it at all today. But the Nomad will still be helpful. We'll see if that ends up catching anyone off guard. But this bomb site in particular doesn't necessarily lend itself to a ton of roaming. So it might not matter as much this round, but it can lock down map control. And that's what I was saying Rogue are failing to do. Controlling a room doesn't matter if you leave it and then don't do anything to stop them from taking it back. Shuttle, though, with a nice spot here. So many Valcam spots and so many maps. It seems like there's probably endless amounts of videos out there showing Valcam spots because there's so many possible. Oh, Feral taking a lot of damage early, though. He needs to get those air jabs up before he dies.
Yeah, it's a Valkyrie camera in the E1 hallway, the elevator first floor hallway, for anyone who's unfamiliar with that call.
Oh.
But it was Eclipse playing off the intel, so it was another member of Rogue giving him the call when Feral was peeking, when he was backing off. Probably just saying, pull back or go. And it worked out pretty well. Feral's on about 30 HP himself, and this has stalled out Secret a little bit. You know, we talk about Rogue's time control. Secret as well, they're getting hatches open. They do have hatch control over top of A, and they've pushed everyone out of server for the time being. So Secret's server side push working out pretty well thus far, but in terms of baiting out utility, I mean, you've got what?
Yeah.
3 nitro cells and the smokes and the Evil Eyes to worry about in a plant. This is going to take some overwhelming amount of force just to get a plant going.
It is surprising they didn't bring the Jackal, though, and that did slow them down a bit in terms of knowing whether or not there was people in certain areas without droning it. But they got all the control they need to right now. They've got servers. They're far closer to a plant than we ever saw from Rogue on this site. Alems does take down Slash as well. C4s are going to come out to try and stop the plant, but they fail. Meepy is still trying to get set up for that baiting out utility. And in the meantime, Vertical having to fight these stairs the whole time just to slow Feral down, who's finally deployed all the air jabs.
Meepy having to dart in and out off the cardiac sensor intel from Eclipse, but a drop there from Feral will take down Shuttle. Leon will get traded out by Vertical, though, and another man filling in on the main stairs. Feral dropping in, Meepy trying to go for a plant, but a double nitro cell from Eclipse. Alems and Meepy will fall. A 4v3 turned to a 3v2 in favor of Rogue this time around. That's a lot of their plant denial utility gone now, as Fonkers will slowly push his way into sight. Feral's nowhere near him, so Fonkers completely isolated right now. Has to rush in towards the drop from the hatch now from Feral to join Fonkers, but choking on the gas. Vertical with one easily with the second, and that is Rogue, the saving grace off the just inordinate amount of utility they had to stall out that plant. It's going to go their favor. That's Team Secret dropping the first round of the second half. They still have a 4-3 lead, but Rogue inching closer.
A lot of it just came down to Eclipse playing very well on that pulse. You saw him even helping control the stairs, as you mentioned, trying to stop Feral as much as possible on those main stairs. He was just playing very smart in terms of staying in areas where he was relatively safe, at least watching the direction they were going to push him from, and just calling out intel. That entire time, all the rest of Rogue were playing off the intel that Easley was providing. It absolutely worked out. He is one of the better pulses out there, so it doesn't surprise me too much. But they were playing much more fluid than they had in some of the other bomb sites on Clubhouse. So that was nice to see that actually working out. Slash going to sneak onto the Mozzie there. They're going to try CEO much earlier in the first Twitch of the day, getting 6th pick too. That should be interesting. And they are going to go, instead of the Nomad, they're going to bring the Jackal. I mean, to be fair, they probably could have used the Jackal a bit last round, but it wouldn't have told them a ton other than most people were downstairs. It was really the pushes that were using the intel from the Pulse that mattered a lot more. So in theory, the Nomad should have actually been much more effective last round. It was just maybe the placement of the air jabs never really did them a ton of good. Lems, though, up there with 8. Shuttle up there with 7. So Shuttle, again, has definitely picked it up a lot since Clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Feral in this case, you were gunning on Clubhouse. You've been kind of active. I mean, hit or miss on the rounds.
The first few rounds, definitely.
He had 3 kills. So it was only 3 kills in the game, came in 1 round on a Valkyrie flank. So he's definitely, I don't know, he's kind of hit or miss right now on Bank. On Clubhouse, he was kind of leading the charge a lot more.
Yeah.
It's an F2. You know, you don't really need much else in terms of utility. You'll have someone on North Windows to pop off. There are no bandits or mutes on the CEO wall, so wall will be free. You just have to worry about there's no impacts either unless Shuttle brought them. I think Shuttle actually used them for rotates, so wow. There's not a lot to defend the wall here for Rogue.
No, I think they're just expecting to open, but interestingly enough, they didn't bring a bandit or a mute, and there's no Thatcher, so it's just, yeah, neither team really cared about the wall too much. They're just expecting to open it, which is, I mean, an interesting choice, but maybe should have no problem getting that open unless they get contested from somewhere. Imagine they should, I mean, realistically, if you know that, you should open it pretty early. If they have nothing to deny it, just get that out of the way so you can start focusing on other things to help with the take and also to force them out of positions. That's, I mean, that's the speed advantage you can have where there's nothing to deny a wall being open, but I think they are really concerned about roamers. You know, they played such an effective roam game themselves. They're very concerned about the same thing happening to them. Pest's doing a good job capturing some drones, though. Wonder if he's caught any shock drones just yet. Ooh, it doesn't matter.
Beautiful pre-fire there, looking for 2 now. Slash, the worst for wear in this engagement. Here's the Jackal track coming onto him as well. Feral will know he's tucked inside the corner. This could be 2 easy ones pushing into Janitor for free for Feral. He's just holding him at bay for now. Knowing he's stuck in the corner now, will turn with energy and take down Slash. A Nitro Cell, it won't connect. The plant going down from Meepy. Well, this is a lot of missed shots there from Vertical. Feral with 3 on the round once again. The plant going to be completed in default. Now Eclipse going for a long rush all the way to the Janitor hallway with that Alda in hand. Looking in towards the diffuser, but he's unaware of a member playing inside of the breach hole. There goes Leon, the Jackal to fall. Lots of sprays coming out, and oh no, it's a bit of a bombardment through these soft walls. Eclipse on 1 HP, easily falls. It's a 1v4, and Feral will wrap it up. 4K on the round for Feral on the Twitch, and that is Team Secret pulling away with yet another 2-round lead.
Well, CEO not working out for either team now. So Rogue definitely did not hold that very well, but that all came down to that F2 just storming its way in. Feral taking down the one in the janitor closet, picking up the Mozzie right after, who was just trapped in that corner. And the F2 wins those engagements. Even if the Mozzie had been on top of it, it was unlikely he was going to win that fight. So Feral definitely really opened things up, pushing into sight and getting a 3K. And then in the meantime, they're trying to fight him. Maybe just goes for the plant. That was absolutely the play there, completely enabled by Feral. We were just talking about him in the beginning of that round, and for good reason. He can definitely be a serious playmaker for this team.
Well, we go back to CEO as Rogue. I don't know. That round did not look like they were aware of what was happening with Feral inside of Janitor, and it kind of just kept snowballing from there. There was no intel on Janitor, and also there was no one playing inside of Janitor, so...
It surprised me they don't bring a Castle, because Castle can be very effective on this defense from shutting out not only progression into the site, but also angles. There's a lot of long angles to be played. Yes, they are playing with 2 ACOGs. They're going with the Doc Rook again, but at the same... Well, actually 3 ACOGs because Eclipse as well, but it just didn't work in their advantage because they didn't get pushed at long angles. They got pushed at close angles from the F2, running a hollow. So they're going to have to defend a little better against that, but that's where I felt like the Castle could have helped because it could have held off Janitor a little bit longer. They would have probably had to use the Zofia to open it, and that would at least given them a heads up that that was coming in, and they could have defended against it rather than the surprise fight they ended up in. Vertical going for the same peaks as last time, making sure no one's going to be playing on top of that parking garage, but I don't think anyone's interested in doing so, although we could see Fonkers repel up here. So far, just taking out the camera, maybe even going to rotate around from down below. Interesting choice. If he's going to do that. Looks like he's just droning for the moment, though. They do have an IQ as well to be able to try and spot out those pests. so maybe they don't get caught on this time. We did see at least one drone get caught last time. They have a bulletproof camera from Vertical as well, in addition to the Evil Eyes and the Valkyrie cameras. So in theory, there should be a ton of intel, not to mention if we see easily capture any drones. So intel should absolutely be in the advantage of Rogue. They should not let themselves get caught off by a surprise this time. And in fact, try and bait Feral into something and get a kill on him early would be the play, but no. Sneaky plays coming out here from Fonkers, just Slash not even realizing someone's on his tail.
They're within inches of each other. Their arms reach apart behind a wall, and they turned away from each other. Slash went for the rotate up the south stairs, and Fonkers was looking to go in towards CCTV. Whipping up now the south stairs, and he, again, just misses a rotate there from Eclipse on the Maestro. Shots coming out from Slash. He's made his way all the way back into stock, trying to apply some pressure onto the square stairs entrance from Secret, but no connections here. Everyone just inches away from one another, and there we go. Shuttle and Slash both tagging in for one apiece. Feral and Meepy will both fall. So there goes the Thermite as well. Can't get the wall open. This is
exact opposite of last round, really, in that both Feral and Meepy were the playmakers last round. Now they're both dead. Leon's gonna have to step it up, and he is.
Oh my, 2 there, but Shuttle will shut it down in its tracks. Fonkers will fall, Leon's still up. Shuttle will rotate back up the south stairs, try and join the rest of the team on this collapse. I believe this is Leon still repelled out on the north windows. Yeah, and Alems has made his way in through square, repelling into the site, taking a lot of damage, but turning through the smoke will take down Vertical and another one. Leon trying to put this one over on ice. That Shuttle's on 1 HP inside of the conference room. All it takes is one shot here from Leon. High rate of fire on the C7, and Leon! The beautiful clutch! The Brits now on match point and series point in game number 1.
I think that was a 4K from him that round. If I'm recalling correctly, because I think the only other kill was from Fonkers during that flurry, but what a round for Leon. As I said, it was up to Leon, and he stepped up. That was definitely his best round by far, and just great heads-up plays. He seemed to know where everyone was positioned. You saw him repel in, take a bit of damage. They had the drop on him. He still went through it, got the shot through the smoke, completely flicked right over to the conference room, knew exactly where he was going to be playing, and just at that point, everyone was walking into him instead of him walking into them, and that was just great play. You saw them spend a lot of time droning and figure things out first, but now Leon's going to switch off of the Jackal and have Feral back on it, and he's going to be on the Maverick. Another good gun. See how this goes up. But this is match and map point now.
This could be over in a heartbeat here for Rogue. They'll be put on Razor's edge for the rest of the week.
Absolutely.
You lose this first game and you've got no more second lives. Either you lose here for a second time in groups and you go home, or you win your way out, you make it out as the second seed in the group, because if you lose your first game, there's no way you can be the first seed. You have to win out against the loser of G2 versus Cyclops and then the loser of the winners match. So it might be a rematch against Secret. It might be...
It's so much easier to explain it when you just display the brackets.
Yeah, it's so much easier to talk about when you actually have a picture in front of you.
Yeah.
But Rogue's going to head back downstairs to the basement, and last time they defended this, it was a lot of utility to try and repel a plant opportunity. You know, there was a minute 10 left, and Secret did a very good job. You know, those stuns from the Zofia really disoriented the members of Rogue playing inside a red hallway. We saw a Nitrocell go out with kind of no intel. I think it was the Valkyrie. I'm not sure if it was Shuttle playing it last time, but a Valkyrie launched out a Nitrocell just thinking, he's probably planting, you know?
Yeah, you have a pulse, just use the correct intel, you know what I mean?
Well, the stuns will knock him off the scanners.
That's very true. It's just, but it's the case where, like, it doesn't take too long to get back on it. So I don't know. I mean, you just need to be on top of that.
Hopefully Intel still on the side of Rogue. I mean, almost the same operators. You still have the Pulse, the Valkyrie, and the Mozzie. The
only difference is they lost the bulletproof camera from the dock.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's trading out for the smoke. So what do you expect? Still very good, like you said. Oh, that's aggressive play from Eclipse.
Yeah, Eclipse was being jackal tracked there. He's got support from Vert as well on the Mozzie. Everyone trying to contest main stairs. And last time around for Rogue, it did not end well. That was Feral collecting a few dead bodies to the grave on these main stairs as the Nomad. There's no Nomad being taken this time, so potential flank opportunity for Rogue on the defense. A second track will come out onto Eclipse at the base of the main stairs, and that'll push him even deeper into Vault. Vert setting down, he still had 2 pests in the back pocket. He's still got 1 for later on should he need it. He's trying to lock down any drones coming in through CCTV as the hatches are now being opened up.
I love this contest on main stairs between the Jackal and Vert and Eclipse. Ooh, Slash takes down LMs though. That's a great pick. That means less spotting out. I mean, nothing super critical like an Echo drone, but still, that's a good gun. Also lost. Now they're getting set up to potentially go for a plant. They just need the intel to know how to make this start baiting out some utility as well. It looks like finally they've decided against fighting the main stairs. We could see Leon actually rotate garage. He's going to go for the flank on the red hallway because this is important to making that push happen, because if they're distracted with fighting garage, they cannot be fighting the same way. Into the Bedeau, the peek from Slash absolutely works out, and you know what? Right back to work. So distraction failed from Leon, and huge advantage Rogue here. Again, this is match and map point. They need this round to stay in this.
Desperation here for Team USA as all is falling apart for them. Choking on the gas will be Meepy. Farrell will collect one onto easily, though, as the plant is going down. A Nitro will stop that. No, it won't stop the plant. Farrell will be the one to fall, but the plant going to be completed by Meepy. They're going to have to bail out and try and hold this, vaulting over the desk. Eclipse with one, turning for two. Rogue keep themselves alive on the knife's edge, and we push further into bank. Team USA not going to go down without a fight.
No, definitely not. This was their map. This is the one they should be winning, but they're still on the back foot here, big time. I mean, that was a much better round for them, but that is the best bomb site on the map. It's expected that you win that one at least some of the time. Now they've got to go to a worse one. CEO was a fail for them both times. Now they're probably going to go to Tellers, I would imagine, but they haven't tried open, so we could see.
Realistically, yeah, I could see a CEO going the way of Rogue. You know, that was a 1v3 for Leon on the Jackal.
Yeah, but still, that's two they've lost on it. I mean, at some point you got to go, you know what, this is just not the play. Ooh, there we go, a Jackal-Lion combo. Could see a sixth pick off one of those, but as I was saying earlier, just deny some roams at this point. And really, it's not even necessarily deny roams. That would have been good to lock them down, but he switches off of it anyways, and easily he's going to sneak a mute in there. Could be useful, rather than having the Mozzie, although, I don't know, I think the Mozzie a little bit more effective. He's got a really good kit overall, but either way, you still get a C4 between these two, and you still can deny some drones, plus some walls. I mean, on Tellers, though, I do really like Mute, because what he can do is you can deny every single set of walls. You put one Mute jammer on the walls facing the Tellers, one facing into the elevator hallway, one's by the drone hole inside Archives, and then one for the other two double walls inside Archives, and you can deny every single wall that they would open with Thermite. But they have Farrell on Twitch. They could potentially take out some of those mute jammers if they could sneak them around edges well enough. I don't think those mute jammers will be long for this world, not to mention top-down attacks to be able to open those up. But still, I like the way you can lock everything down, at least initially, with that.
For this attack here for Team Secret, they've foregone the the Maverick. Because they don't need to open up a whole lot of hatches here.
Too bad, though, they could poke through some of those castle barricades that are going up now. We see the door that's typically opened inside Tellers facing out into the lobby is actually being castled off, which is always good. You don't want them to be able to get any free long angles from the windows outside into that doorway. You want to be able to kind of play in that area. Plus, they have some mute jammers to go with those castle barricades to make it so that drones aren't going to be able to easily get intel onto Tellers. But again, I think the Twitch drones could potentially get some of those now that the Mozzie's not in play. Those aren't going to get captured. So that could work out in Farrell's favor. To be fair, though, Rogue didn't know that the Twitch was coming in. It was a sixth pick, as was the mute. Vertical, again, going with the long angle dock here. He hasn't really found too many picks from it, though. He's been trying to play that ACOG and just not really anyone walking into the areas he's trying to peek. Clip's actually off of the Pulse this time. He's going to be the one on the Valkyrie.
There were some pings coming out onto some Rogue defenders. I think it was, I actually don't know who it was, but over by the elevator. I believe it was Vertical on the dock, who was playing inside of the elevator on the top floor and had dropped through the hatch to bounce out as soon as he got spotted. No one really pushing too aggressively so far for Secret. A Nitro Cell being ready to be ripped onto the janitor floor as the Thermite charge come out, and the Lems will take down easily. There goes that mute, so at least the jammers are down. Eclipse will trade it back, though, as the IQ will be the next to perish off of the Nitro Cell. Beautiful response there for Eclipse, as now Rogue equalizing a 4v4. A lot of their pressure, though, is going to be coming from above. These floorboards, not long for this world either. As everything is getting ripped open. You still have one breaching charge remaining. Oh, Farrell, that F2. It does not lose with that rate of fire. There goes Eclipse. There goes his head. He already used the Nitro and got a kill, and he's still got cams out. So a lot of your plant denial is going to have to lay at the feet of Slash.
Yeah, and they had two sets of breaching charges. IQ is dead now, but they also have them on Twitch. Plus, they have the power of the ITA from Jackal, so that top floor control is going to matter a lot. They need to sneak someone up upstairs. Shuttle is going to be one to find Farrell now. Now things have opened up for Rogue, because Farrell's been the playmaker. Now that they've got him and Lems down, This could work, but it's 3v3, 40 seconds left, and Shuttle's downed by Funkers, so starting to fall apart a little bit. At least Meepy has the diffuser right now to get set up for a plant, but Slash is playing a long angle to fight it and succeeds against Funkers.
Neither remaining defenders playing on site, trying to push down the main stairs, but Vertical will slap that back. Now Meepy trying to get a plant down as the rotation's coming in through the main desk. Meepy hearing this, but Vertical will shut him down as well as he tries to evacuate out the breach hole. No Claymore on the diffuser. That is Rogue gonna put that one back, and we're not gonna have an identical scoreline. We almost did. But it'll be Rogue keeping themselves alive once again. They're on the comeback here. We've seen the comeback before from them, especially on land. Valencia comes to mind.
Well, keep in mind, though, they've got to go to overtime to be able to win this map now.
Yep.
They do have the defense first on overtime, though.
They do.
If I recall correctly. So that is some advantage there if defense is the side that they're going to play better on. So far, it is the side that they're playing a bit better on. But you never know. That is twice in a row now, 2 rounds in a row where they let the plant get down from Secret before they rolled a counter. But once the plant went down, they just never had enough man coverage either of the rounds. I mean, last time it was Eclipse on CCTV rushing out with the Pulse, getting the kills. This time it was Meepy just kind of left all alone, not really much he could do from there. Slash going to bring out the first Vigil as well. Some fun surprises here. Roam play, again, has been critical on this map so far. So not a surprise. Again, though, we're not seeing a lot of counter roams. We saw Nomad once or twice. We see the Jackal, but no Gridlock and no Lion, which did get teased. No Dokkaebi. There's just so much more they could be doing, but I know as a team you really have to decide because it's always about trading up utility. And that's one of the things that gets talked about sometimes is there's so many attack operators, and sometimes it's like, oh, why doesn't this one get played? Why doesn't this one get played? Well, you have to trade something off because you can only play 5 attack operators at a time, and there's so many useful ones. Whereas defenders, I feel like, have a bit more flexibility sometimes in terms of how you play it because you still all get reinforcements regardless. You still all can play kind of Insight, and a lot of your guys get C4s. So it's really more down to more minute choices, I think. Whereas attackers really need a lot of different utility to start to tear things apart. We'll see if Slash, though, ends up being useful. He still can be Jackal tracked, though something he's going to have to worry about. He's going to have to be very thoughtful in where he puts those footprints. Vertical trying again the same peak. He's tried 2 times in a row now ineffectively, and this is the bomb site. They've lost twice, so this is dangerous to be playing this. But to be fair, they won their other 2 bomb sites in a row, so they don't have a lot of choice. It'd be this or open area, and I think this is probably the better choice. Although, to be fair, Secret did win open area at least once.
Yeah, last time around, Rogue defending this site the second time they did it anyway. They had it 3v1, and Leon decided to turn on the Jets.
Hello! Yeah.
Playing the Jackal once again with that C7E, so.
This time he's not repelled on the other windows, though. He's going in from the approach that Vertical had been taking as Jackal.
Feral's drone looking to spot any Valkyrie cameras, maybe, any kind of intel being brought from Rogue. Last time around, it was, oh my. Okay, wow. Good night, Leon. Eclipse with a beautiful shot there all the way from the elevator, taking a lot of damage from the north rappel windows outside a lobby from Fonkers, but he's going to get off that rappel as well, as he doesn't want to contend with the ACOGs himself, actually not taking an ACOG. He's got a hollow on the M762. A thermite charge coming out, and dying seconds there for easily on the impact trick, but it will be successful. Yeah. The second one had to come out just to make sure that...
he's going crouch height this time.
That's what he did last time, too. You can still get it.
Yeah.
You have to go, like, the absolute lowest to make sure it won't get caught. Yeah. There is a way to, though.
Too bad you can't do it while prone.
Yeah.
Just place, like, half of it on the wall. Well, it is open now. That's the important thing. They are set up, and there's still over a minute left for the plays to be made here. They did lose the Leon on the Jackal, though. That means Roamer's now a bit more free reign. Alem's, though, going to shut down one of them. That's Vertical down. Long Angle's not going to come out. And that's their only ACOG outside of Shuttle. So we'll see if Shuttle can do something with that Rook. But Slash on this roam here towards the lobby could either really play into his huge advantage or just be a big waste of his time because there's limited options to rotate back up to site.
Here it comes. Slash in the main lobby. There goes Alems off the north rappel. There he has a friend there on the north rappel as well. The Toxic Babes come out from easily, trying to repel the entry into the objective. The smoke will choke one. Slash another on the retreat back to site. And now it's all up to Fonkers who will fall. Rogue on a comeback of epic proportions. They're going to push us all the way to overtime on map number 2.
Well, defense has been their strength. They get to start defense first. So this is Secret. They're going to have to change things up a little bit. They seem to have lost their momentum. That was 3 in a row for Rogue. They also won their first defense on CCTV. So they won CCTV twice. They won CEO once out of 3, which is definitely not the best, but it was enough. And they won Tellers, so they've been able to win all 3 of their bomb sites. They get to go back to CCTV first, so this is a very good start for them. Although, it seems like Secret have gotten much closer to and including completing plants on this site compared to Rogue, who could never really get that close. There we go. Azokobi.
If you yell about it enough, Devin.
Yeah, they could hear me, right?
Exactly. They can hear us all the way down on the floor where they're playing.
Sending telepathic signals. Do something about these roamers.
They're much further away here for group stage than we were for SI. Our booths for casting were kind of right around the corner from the player booths. We're a floor and a whole airplane hangar away.
It depends on the building layout.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, definitely. Although, to be fair, he's trading that out for the Jackal. It would be nice if he could bring both. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much utility they're getting out of the IQ, other than maybe countering some of those Valkyrie cameras. The way things have played out, I would say you're almost better off going with the Dokkaebi Jackal and not the IQ.
Yeah, the thing with the Dokkaebi as well is the phone calls can be used to kick people off of cameras. It's not just about roam control. You can bring it for a site push as well.
Absolutely, especially combined with the smokes.
Yep, it'll push people off Evil Eyes. It'll push people off Valk cams. The only thing it won't push anyone off of is an Echo drone.
Yeah. You mean he doesn't get called by Dokkaebi?
No. Because, I don't know, they had a relationship or something.
Right, the lore.
I don't know.
On that one. It's very important lore.
Very important. It's a balancing thing.
Well, Slash actually playing very aggressively in the garage here. He did manage to get a pick last time when he casually walked into the garage, took the shot, and then walked back out. But this time he's staying very deep in there. That could be a problem, though, is he is a slow operator. So if he needs to truck back the site, it is going to be slow going. So he's going to need the heads up from someone like Eclipse to let him know he's got to rotate back. But it is a good idea to keep that secure. We haven't seen really any successful garage pushes so far from either attack side, though. So I don't know if that's your biggest concern there. At least, we're seeing some use out of the IQ. Like I said, it is spotting the cameras, so they are denying Shuttle some intel, but it's not a ton.
Barricaded the door to server stairs, but no one's playing it. It's kind of free server control being gifted by Rogue to Secret, so they'll take that all day. They'll take that free real estate, and they'll move on. Eclipse playing at the base of the main stairs once again. This will be the 3rd time we've seen this engagement, the base of main stairs for the Pulse of Rogue, and trying to battle up the south stairs all the way to the top floor. But like I said, free server control.
Yeah.
Both exothermic charges being utilized inside a server to open up both walls for visibility towards any kind of vault. And yeah, there goes your default plant wall with a minute 30 left. This is a lot of time here for Secret.
And this is something Rogue just never managed to do for some reason, whereas Secret have no problem with it because they don't spend a lot of time just really focused on the rest of the map. They get the job done in terms of getting set up. But again, they got the plant down and it didn't seem to matter last time when Eclipse just rushed them. He is doing his job very well as Pulse, calling this out. He just needs to time this well enough to make sure that any of the counter utility that they use, the C4s, smokes, things like that, are well timed and that you're burning off as much time as possible. And that's the problem with giving them extra time to do this. You really need Secret to be on a short leash to make this count. The Dokkaebi not really going to affect the Pulse too much as he's sitting securely in the vault. Also not going to affect the Maestro too much. It's more just on the stairs that matters. But plant attempt actually sticking here and countered. Well done. That's the planter dead. Lem's also downed. Looking pretty good for Rogue.
Yeah, the phone call is coming out for the 2nd time around. Tap firing from the long angle inside a garage. Easily will shut down Leon Alems to shut down Slash. Trades back and forth, but Vertical now joining into the fray. Easy's all the way on the middle of main stairs. The diffuser's been dropped with 20 seconds left as Fonkers slowly creeps his way through the objective. The flank coming to eliminate the hatch control. Vertical will shut it down from down below anyway, and Eclipse, it's Rogue again. Pushing themselves to map point themselves, 7-6 now, trying to send us to Coastline, a map number 3.
Here's the thing too, they're guaranteed a second defense round. Now that they won that first one, even if Secret wins this, which now they're taking their tactical timeout to try and make sure that doesn't happen, even if Secret wins this though, Rogue still get a second defense. Yes, it can't be CCTV, but they've shown they can successfully defend the other 2 sites that they play. So Secret need to not only win this, but they need to win the next round after it, when they're even worse position. So they really need to bring something else here. They are going to go play CCTV. And Fonker's going to be bringing that alibi again. It did help a little bit previously, but I don't know. This is definitely potentially good for Rogue. Again, Rogue, though, still not bringing any extra Roam control, I know you guys can't see it on the screen just yet as we're looking at the players right now, but so far it's just the Jackal for them. So maybe they'll 6th pick over to something else. Again, I don't think the IQ is as effective as some Roam control would be based off the way Secret have been playing, especially more so than Rogue. Secret have been really playing the Roam.
So this is the first tack timeout taken by Secret.
Yeah, they just haven't needed it.
From Rogue, 1 each map, and this is the first time that Secret's felt like they need to kind of recuperate and regroup, get back into the swing of things. They were rolling on the defensive side, but the defense has been well favored in this matchup so far.
Yeah.
If I've done mental caster math properly, it's 9-4 in favor of defense to attack.
Yeah, looking pretty good for this defensive round 2, potentially for Secret, but they still got to win an attack round after that. So, fortunately for Secret, though, they did win map number 1 pretty handily, so even if they lose this, it's not a big deal. But Shuttle and Eclipse, both having woken up, Vertical still doing well as well, so if that carries into the next map, should we get there, then it's definitely Secret are going to have a much harder battle on Coastline than they had on Clubhouse.
Well, I think the real difference maker for Rogue is Slash. He was 0-6 at one point after the half, and he stormed his way back up the ladder, up to 6-8 now, so he's having more impact on the rounds on the defensive side, and that's been a storyline for both of these teams, as the defense has been quite dominant so far on Bank.
Absolutely.
Have been a few situations, you know, like that 3v1 that Leon had on the attacking side.
Yeah,
you know,
what a clutch.
There's been other rounds in this game where it's like, yeah, okay, maybe this divide between defense and attack favor could be much wider, but it looks like we're gonna have a server rush coming out from Rogue.
Wow,
We're going full send in with Eclipse and Shuttle. Leon playing the server stairs. They're gonna have to lock him down. There's gonna be quite a few easy picks. The stun canisters will come out and disorient Leon as he hits the deck, but he still gets the kill onto Eclipse. Vert's taking a lot of damage as well on top of easily. The rush so far for Rogue being stalled.
I like the idea. They still have server control. That's what matters. But they've now trapped 2 on the stairs and don't have anyone above to go. As I say that, Easily is above, just much further above. Farrell's now the one who's trapped, but he just fights back very effectively.
A lot of damage done to Shuttle as he turns the corner, and a reactionary shot from Farrell lands it. Vertical will trade him out at least, so we're down to a 3v3. Looking for more targets to track as he's already occupied tracking Meepy inside of the red hall. Fonkers has retreated. Oh, what a shot there from Slash onto the bullet hole. There goes your smoke. Lems and Fonkers, last 2 remaining to keep Team Secret alive here on Bank, lest we go to Coast for map number 3.
Definitely looking likely. I mean, that server rush, maybe not the best play, but somehow they're still making it work. They did have a little bit of coverage from above. They probably could have done a better job of covering the top of server stairs. And Lebs is actually going to rotate back freely now because Easily had rotated through sewers instead. Vertical on low health, and there we go. Slash on top of it. Gonna pick the diffuser back up potentially? No, not just yet. Just gonna leave it sitting there. Fonkers trying to clutch this out, but they know where he's at. Missed shot's gonna cost him a lot, and that's the round.
That is gonna wrap it up. Rogue will take map number 2, and they keep their chances at being the number 1 seed coming out of Group B alive. They'll win Bank 8-6 after being down 6-3.
Wow.
Had their backs against the wall. It looked like it was gonna be Secret all the way for a 2-0, an easy walk-in to a date with either G2 or Cyclops. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got some replays for you to show, and we're gonna go to a quick break in between the maps. Map 3 coming up next is Coastline. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got to go the distance in our first game. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Of course.
Rogue, Team Secret. We're going to Coastline, baby. It looked like Secret had it in the bag there. They're ready to wrap things up, but Rogue, resiliency, perseverance, and they triumph on Bank. They win 5 in a row. They take it 8-6.
It's funny because Rogue looked a little bit tired at the beginning, and it seemed like that was kind of hurting them. Now we have the opposite situation. Secret are looking a little exhausted after how close that fight was, but now we're on Coastline. This should be interesting. Now, Rogue have played Coastline twice during Pro League this season, and the result, draws. So they have not shown they can close this map out. They've shown they're good at it, but not good enough to win. But those matches were against SSG, known for their draws, and EG, also a very top-tier team. So we'll see if Secret can bring the pain, then it could end up working out in their favor. But Rogue definitely have some good play on this map. Captal getting banned first, not a surprise.
No big shock there. Not even remotely.
It's kind of funny, though, because Rogue ban it so often, Secret probably could just ban something else.
Probably, but we're going to go back to some of our bank bans here, at least for the attackers. We have Hibana banned out again. On Coastline, I understand that. Obviously, Coast is a map that doesn't require virtually any hard breachers, but Hibana is really, really nice to be able to poke some holes at range.
Especially for a hookah.
Yeah, and you don't know, maybe Amira slips through, so you just want to be careful here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Amira will slip through, so the Hibana being banned and Amira still up on the board, that... honestly, we could go a little old school here with the Coastline setup.
Yeah, definitely could see Penthouse now, potentially. Spell's pretty good in Kitchen. There's definitely a lot of different uses. We could see end up showing up. It's just a question of who's going to do it. Nomad coming out along with the Jackal, so maybe they finally learned from last map. This is a map, and the Lions, well, one of those is probably going to go. Oh, Gridlock. Well, could he 6th pick over the line? I don't know. A lot of roam control coming out for a map that actually is much easier to control the roamers on than Bank. So that's interesting. Secret just deciding, nope, wow, going really the distance on roam control.
Wow.
4 operators that counter roamers.
You also get 6 smokes?
Yeah, that is going to be...
Holy.
Maybe they should... It's appropriate they're playing hookah. It's going to look like a hookah pretty soon at this rate.
Yeah, cloudy up in there real quick, but...
There is, man. This is where you need to almost put a couple Evil Eyes inside the room just to see what's going on.
My real concern is the ability to clear ADSs. You should have flashes with Farrell's Nomad.
Yeah.
And then you have the Lifeline, I guess, if you really want to use maybe... I don't know what you'd rather prioritize here, because you still have Evil Eyes up.
Yeah.
So you don't want to send out the impacts to be caught out by ADSs, and the stuns could be nice for plant. You can knock people out of enemies.
I don't know. They have redundant smokes, too, even if they absolutely have to.
Yeah, if you have to kill ADSs with smokes, you got 6 of them.
I can understand why you'd want redundant smokes, though, because planting default spot, where, see the hole in the floor, for those of you not familiar, the hole in the floor next to the A-bomb, that's the default spot where most people are going to plant most of the time, with very few exceptions. It is important to smoke as much as possible into that room so that they can't just easily hit you there, but it is, again, pretty predictable. They can just see for it. They've also got a pulse to be able to spot it, not to mention the Evil Eyes from Maestro can see through the smoke. So the redundant smokes will help, but they won't guarantee a successful plant.
Looks like the pulse here for Eclipse will establish visibility onto a couple targets making their way over to the VIP balcony for Secret, so maybe a far side clear coming out. There's no hard breach, so you're not going to be able to breach open those VIP walls that have been reinforced facing the hallway. This could just be for map control, trying to clear out the roam. That'll be the bathroom hatch opened up, and that'll send Eclipse on a run. Oh, he gets tagged to the wall there. Flonker's taking a little bit of damage as well, but Eclipse well worse for wear after that engagement, being Jackal tracked now, as well as this duo roam on the far side of the map here for Rogue, getting picked apart one by one. The MK14 will find a victim, and a second one now for Secret. Eclipse and for both the fall. That's a minute taken to clear out the roam on the far side. A 2-man advantage. There goes your Pulse with your only Nitro Cell. And there goes your Jaeger on vertical. Some of the best firepower on the defensive side.
What a great start. He also has the opportunity to potentially hack some cameras if he's able to get to one of those downed phones. And the phone call's also coming out here. This is looking really good for Secret. They're not happy about losing that last map, I can tell.
No, it looks like I said, they really had that one secured for the most part. The tracks will come out onto the theater stairs as well. You've got 2 roam, or at least flank denial operators in the Nomad and the Gridlock. You've got roam lockdown with the Dokkaebi and the Jackal. Leon continuing the rampage that Secret are bringing onto Slash. It's down to a 2v5 for Easily and Shuttle. One pushing down Cool Vibe stairs, one trying to get aggressive. An upside down rappel now on the aquarium balcony. Double door. Oh, Farrell going to take down Shuttle. This could be a flawless round to start it off, and it will be.
Wow.
Team Secret. United Kingdom representatives, at least majority. They'll take round number 1 on Coastline on the attack.
What a great attack, especially after so many failed attacks on Bank. They were just ready for that. They brought everything to stop the roams, but you know what ended up working in the end? Bullets. All the utility in the world didn't matter against those first 2 roamers, just great kills initially, and again, they're going to continue with that theme of just denying. Rogue might actually have to turtle up a bit more just to be able to stay alive a little bit longer, and that's the important thing, is just staying alive long enough, because time didn't really get burned all that well. Oh, maybe you're going to bring up... No, I thought he was going to really stick the Blackbeard. But now they're going to be going to bar next. Now, of course, for those of you that aren't familiar, while the operators are revealed outside of the 6 picks to each other, the bomb site is not. So you don't necessarily know it'll be bar next. And with 4 good maps, or 4 good bomb sites on this map, and the Mira in play potentially, you really don't know for sure where they're going to be going until they've at least done 1 full rotation. So
Immediately getting off of Hookah, though. No more attempt at that for Rogue.
No
right
second
now.
try.
I mean, a flawless round, man. And one of the big things there for me, for Rogue on that round, was the roam of Vert and Eclipse. Both of them trying to retreat back to site.
Yeah.
That was caught off
Did
well
not work.
by Secret. The flank hold there and the retreat, beautifully held by Secret, honestly. That was... Honestly, if you ever wanted a round to try and pick apart and say, you know, how do we lock down a roam on Coastline? How do we make sure they cannot safely retreat back to site? That's your masterclass right there. Take that round, piece it apart, and really dig deep on that round, because Secret putting on one hell of a show there.
We'll see if they can repeat that, though. There's a different bomb site now. But top floor control definitely matters on this one as well, because they're still going to be taking Hookah just above to fight down below it. So either way, Hookah control still has to be somewhat maintained by Rogue. Lem's going a little nuts with the SMG-12 there. Got to take that Lamborghini doorway to be able to push your way in. They have to control the roamers a bit more on this particular bomb site, though.
Farrell has made his way in through the Sunrise entrance as he's pushed through the very harsh obstacle of barbed wire. That's about all that's contesting him right now. Pre-fires again with that DMR. Lem's got a kill with it last round to start things off. He's got one to battle with inside the Lambo, and that'll be Leon again. So 6 straight kills with no answer so far from Team Secret, traveling the course of 2 rounds. And that's your Maestro Slash, the first to fall for Rogue. Oh man, that Alda only doing a little bit of damage to Leon as well. This is looking really good in the early onset here for Team Secret as they continuously collapse and pick apart one defender at a time. There goes Easily from behind the bar as well as he tries to peek up and take the engagement against Leon. Oh no, we might get another flawless round. It's a 1v5 for Eclipse now as he tries to retreat over to Cool Vibe stairs. Nobody up above to watch, but the plant going down from Meepy as he rotates back through his own teammates. Utility!
Oh,
it's
no.
back-to-back flawless rounds for Team Secret. 10 kills in a row and no answer for Rogue.
Where was this Team Secret on the attacks on Bank? This is looking so much better. They're just isolating and decimating members of Rogue one at a time. It feels like a bulldozer just pushing through the map at this point. It just doesn't seem like Rogue are able to fight back much. They need some advantageous angles. Maybe the Doc is the play. Play some more long angles. Play a bit farther away. Try and pick off the attackers before they end up getting in fights that push you. But at the same time, the utility they're bringing again is just absolutely denying the ability of Rogue to pull out any flanks, to be able to regain any kind of map control. Slash going to try and just ditch the Maestro even at this point to bring out the alibi. That is a desk play because Maestro is such a linchpin of defense. The fact that they're going that far to say, you know what, anchoring is just done. We're going to play really flexible this time.
Yeah.
But against the operators being brought by Secret, this is still going to be a struggle. They need to do something. They need impacts even just to try and counter some of these air jabs and some of those trackers being put down, the gridlock tracks. So it's Leon, though, is definitely on fire along with Fonkers.
This is troublesome early on here for Rogue. Honestly, neither of those rounds look close.
No.
And obviously they're flawless rounds. They're not supposed to look close, but you know, sometimes you even get a flawless round kind of by accident. You know, it's a 5v5 with, you know, like 30 seconds left, and then as you try and peek and stop the plant, one by one you fall apart. I mean, these rounds are done as soon as the last minute starts ticking down.
Definitely not the way it should be, but Rogue seemingly, it's just they were so good the last map towards the end. It seemed like they'd finally kind of woken up, but it seems like that really just fired them. Well, that's an interesting choice. That will mark someone as being outside, and maybe that's just the idea as a distraction. But that is an odd choice, to say the least. I'm not sure that's what he was intending for. Maybe he was trying to hope it would fall through the cracks, or I don't know necessarily what the big deal was with that, but either way, it's taken out now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think maybe it was a misclick, but that looked pretty intentional from Slash. There's no sense in
We'll ask him later what the deal
Yeah,
was.
there's no sense in really trying to decipher that one right now. We've got two members of Team
Ooh.
Secret angling in to enter through Office, but Slash, the man who decided to throw a hologram outside.
As long as he doesn't throw the whole round, he's fine.
Oh, the enter in and Slash taking damage, but no, it'll be Leon to take down Slash. 11 straight kills now for Team Secret with no response coming out from Rogue. Nearly collecting their first kill of the match onto Feral, but he will again persevere. Shots ringing through the service wall in behind Kegs inside a kitchen. Looks like that's vertical on the dock, trying to hold off any entry in through the kitchen hallway. Leon with another one onto Eclipse. Oh, baby, it's snowballing outside, and it's just, this looks like the apocalypse coming for Rogue.
Wow, another one. What a long angle across the courtyard. You see the drone there that was helping out. Leon picking up his third. This is just falling apart. Rogue just, I mean, I know we say asleep at the wheel a lot, but I think this is just straight up car accident for them. This is not good at all. 3 flawless rounds in a row after going 2 maps.
I don't know if the break hurt Rogue or helped Secret more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
It seems like Rogue right now are just not ready to play.
This is a slaughter.
This is, I mean, you have to give props to Secret, though.
Absolutely. It's not just Rogue making mistakes.
No, this is
Secret
Secret
top
on
of it.
another level.
But again, where was this lineup last map?
They've hit another gear right now, and they're enjoying the flank denial operators, evidently.
Rogue keeps trying little tweaks and change-ups. Meepy's going to try one as well, but nope, maybe he's going to go back to it. But this Mira, I'm not sure if that's going to make a huge difference, but this is, again, why I said you might see Penthouse is Mira being banned so often is part of the reason you don't see Penthouse very often anymore, but it is a very important part of defending it from theater. You've got the deployable shield as well. Looks like coming out for the doorway potentially. Leon with 7. He is up there just ripping them apart, and that is part of the reason why they've been getting these flawless rounds. Is just a lot of early kills from him, opening things up, softening things. Slash, as you mentioned, almost got a kill on Feral last round, but failing to do so. I mean, that's just, when you 3 flawless rounds in a row, like, I don't feel like we see that outside of watching Empire play sometimes.
Yeah, this is a rare occurrence right here. I can't even recall ever seeing 3 straight flawless rounds from one team.
Yeah. They've even got the shield on the bed to stop the point from up there.
I mean, this is turning desperate for Rogue very early on. They're off to Penthouse and Theater. Like we said, the mirror's still in play, so this is a very old hat default setup. Just the 2 mirrors facing in towards Penthouse from Theater, and you're trying to lock that down, but hey.
They're trying everything they can do to just try and change something because nothing is working at all.
You still have 6 smokes as well, and I mean the smokes will be massive. At least you have the Evil Eyes to see through the smokes for the most part, and Eclipse, if you can stay alive down below, can stall out the default plant inside of Big Window, because you're not going to be able to get the pent wall open, obviously. You don't have any hard breachers, so that's going to stay intact. You're going to have to push doors and windows. This might be the perfect bottleneck Rogue need to kind of slow things down, because right now it's Secret in full control.
They can play a little bit more turtle on this side as well, because roaming hasn't been working for them at all. It's just been getting shut down. But at the same time, the amount of roam control operators like the Nomad and the Gridlock means they can lock them into that turtle defense. Yes, it would make a huge difference if they could open up the wall. That would make it even more Team Secret favored for sure. But the fact that they can lock them down inside the site or even stop them from retaking the site, I think will be a big factor. Smokes, as you said, as well, but there's a nice start. At least Shuttle taking down Leon, definitely a really good start, but Feral trading it back on the Shuttle means it's still not going Rogue's way, but hey, they've finally broken the streak.
Man, Eclipse on low HP too at the theater stairs door to luggage. This is looking bad again. Shotgun point blank range though for Slash. They get 2 kills in the round. He almost smokes out his teammate. That would have killed Eclipse. He'll back off as he takes away a drone from the availability of Team Secret. So finally, Rogue grabbing some traction in this matchup. They've got a lot of time to kill still, and there goes all of your utility on Slash on the smoke. Rotate over to play the shotgun point blank because they know they can't breach open the pent wall.
This is classic Slash. Him and a shotgun inside penthouse. It is the play half the time. I mean, he used to be so phenomenal at that, but Eclipse is finally going to fall. That low health working against him, but a 3v3 Slash on that shoddy could be fun to see here. Camera's going to get hacked, though. Now they're glad they don't have the Maestro, as that's just going to be default cams.
Yeah, they're getting pinged on site by the Evil Eye, and they don't have a way to actually destroy their own Evil Eye now, so that's going to stay up unless Slash maybe has an impact in the back pocket. I don't think he did when I looked in, but LM's now pushing the theater door. Easily will shut him down. Trade's attempted to come back here on the F90, but Slash with one of his own in vertical. All 3 remaining members for Rogue will pick up a kill. I believe that was a team ace for Rogue for their first round to come back, and I'm not 100% on that one. But hey, they stopped the bleeding at... It's better late than never, and we're going to go to attack timeout now for Rogue. So they want to play off that momentum a little bit.
Yeah, here's what you say during that. Do that again, guys.
Do that again.
Do that as many rounds as you can now, okay?
I mean, you're running low on opportunities here. You got 2 more defenses. You can't go back to the only site you've won so far. It appears right now, I know you guys can't see it back home, but it appears that Rogue are going to go to kitchen and service.
Yeah. And they just keep changing it up. I mean, they've played Hookah and Bar already. They could go back to either of those because it's Penthouse they won. But they want to keep it fresh. They want to keep changing it up, keep Secret on the feet, and really kind of just see what works so they can repeat that. But unfortunately, the way things work out, they can't repeat Penthouse because they're already so deep in defense. It's got to be Kitchen and then either Kitchen again or one of the other bomb sites. They cannot do Penthouse. Hookah was their main, and then Bar they tried twice as well. So they could pick either of those and have some idea how to play it. But Secret really not needing to change this lineup too much. It's been working fairly well for them. It's just they didn't get a lot of mileage out of it that last round, especially when they were just losing too many gunfights. They probably shouldn't have. A lot of surprise plays, it seemed like, from Rogue. The droning wasn't very effective. They weren't doing a great job controlling things. But also, I think it's Leon dying early because unable to get the footprints, he wasn't able to pressure the players, for example, playing in the hallway to be able to provide enough intel. I mean, yeah, the cameras eventually got hacked, and that did help a little bit with the Maestro Evil Eye, but wasn't a big difference. Again, I was saying earlier about why Mirror might also be useful in Kitchen. Here's where we're going to see that brought out as a 6th pick so that they can watch delivery.
One thing I will say is Secret was underestimated, I would say a hefty amount coming into this event, simply because, you know, the last time we saw Secret was in Vegas for Allied. Before that, we watched them get relegated at a Pro League.
Yeah, I can understand the doubt.
Yeah, and right now they don't look like a team that doesn't belong. They look like they belong here, and they're taking Rogue to the woodshed, honestly, on Coastline thus far. This is getting scary for Team USA on home soil, like we've said a couple times now.
Yeah, it's true. It's not just they took them at Vegas in their home territory. Now they're taking them in the same continent, same country at least, just different state.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's right. I don't know if any of the players are from North Carolina or not. I'm not familiar with any necessarily. But there is an Ubisoft out here.
Yes, there is a Ubisoft out here. So, looks like a lot of sunrise control going to be attempted here. You got Shuttle at the base of Cool Vibes, providing calls for anyone up above, and then you got Eclipse and Slash. Nope, Slash is gone. Bye, Slash. It's Eclipse and Shuttle now to hold down Sunrise with a mirror looking into Blue Bar. This, again, if you're Rogue here, you're just trying to slow them down, because Team Secret have had their way with the map so far.
Absolutely, and it's funny that they're having Shuttle take on the Pulse instead of just having Eclipse do it. It's kind of weird. But he's going to give the Mozzie a try, so we'll see. But again, they can cut off a lot here with these operators they're bringing. They don't have the Nomad for the air jabs this time, as they brought the Twitch instead. But Twitch worked out fairly well for Feral on Bank, so I can kind of understand. And if the air jabs weren't ever going off, then not a big deal because they have the gridlock tracks regardless. There was a little bit of redundancy there that they probably don't necessarily need, but they're bringing a bit more gunpowder this time. So far, Fonkers has taken a tiny bit of damage, and then it turns into a whole lot of damage. Slash managing to get a kill onto him. So, good start for Rogue to bring this back, but Vertical gets down. However, there's a down in the process, and Leon finishes off Slash, so trades back forth. Essentially, I was going to say a 3v3, but Alems does get picked up.
Oh, and Eclipse flanking in through Courtyard will take 2 down. There go Feral and Alems. The duo inside a lobby will both fall. Leon now ripped apart Eclipse with 3 in 5 seconds. It's all up to Meepy now, up on the roof with a reflexed F90. Yeah, it looks like Rogue is on a bit of a comeback right now. They're asleep at the wheel for the first 3 rounds, and suddenly something has turbocharged them to get them back in, and it's probably desperation. We talked about, actually both of us were in the bathroom talking about this.
Yeah, how their backs against the wall is when they seem to play their best, so.
Yeah, just rocking one and talking about Rogue. That's what happens when you're a siege caster. The talk of the game never stops.
Yeah. Ooh, Eclipse though. Was that 4K for him that round?
4.
Wow. The long barrel too.
The long barrel and the Roni.
You know, I was like, why is he playing Mozzie instead of a Pulse? Well, now we know. Because he has rocketed that Roni for sure.
Well, it's been a story of 5 rounds that have not looked close.
5 interesting rounds, yes.
Yeah, 5 absolute dominations of rounds. Just 2 finally coming onto the side of Rogue.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now it's getting spicy. Is he going to stick that Monty?
That's an excellent question. That would be 8 smokes, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. He's replacing another.
There we go.
Oh, no. Monty's actually pretty good on bar when you push in through the doorway. There's usually not, I mean, they can try and run out hookah to come around from you or maybe jump out blue bar window, but there's not a lot of ways to get around behind you very easily. I mean, I guess there's a few from hookah area, but overall, usually you can get in pretty secure and hold down bar pretty well, and they can't even really do much to you from the bar itself, so. We'll see. There was a lot of bar set up despite it being kitchen last round, so it's just kind of like they've shifted the site slightly. See how well they cover kitchen itself, but blue bar is really where things get interesting, I think, because there's always so much expended on defending the Sunrise side that sometimes they can really sneak in there on blue bar. It's just a matter of getting the plant down behind the bar itself usually. And they have enough smokes to help cover that. So I could see a push if they're able to take that main entrance right there, that lobby towards blue bar, and then just smoke the heck out of the site. I could see a plant going down.
Well, this has been quite the back and forth series through all 3 maps. There's not really been a lot of consistency round to round.
No, it's like you start with 3 flawless rounds and then 2 rounds after that are pretty one-sided the other way.
Yep. Back and forth as we seesaw. The last round of the first half here on map number 3 between Rogue and Secret. Like we said earlier on, the winner of this will face the winner of G2 versus Cyclops. That'll be the next game on this stream.
I'm judging by the quiet that Empire TSM's probably over.
I feel like Sam and John have stopped yelling because the game's over.
Yeah.
So, not sure what happened there, but hey.
Exciting, I'm sure.
It sounded like it.
Yeah,
it sure sounded exciting.
This one's definitely getting pretty exciting, though, I gotta say. This has definitely been a much more interesting map than the previous 2 in terms of just one team or the other really running away with it. Eclipse is going to give away the Mozzie again to Shuttle, and instead going to play on Jaeger. So after he played Mozzie last round, though, I'm like, keep him on that. A little bit of destruction coming out with the shoddy from the Gridlock as well, interestingly enough, acting like a buck.
Trying to open up a safe passage in behind the blue bar. Interesting that last time around, Team Secret identified and isolated Sunrise as their point of ingress. That was their primary entry. That was, we're going in through Sunrise door and you're not stopping us.
Rogue's playing very around kitchen out of sight, too, this time.
Same kind of way they did last time, but this time Secret have flipped the script on them and gone for a blue bar push. So they're going to be walking headstrong into mirrors. This could be the first problem that you have to overcome.
That's what the smokes are for.
That is absolutely.
And then you use the Gridlock tracks to cut off the rotations. You're good.
Clips with the first one onto Leon, turning the corner. The Lems with 1, but Shuttle will shut down Farrell inside of the objective, turning the corner on the pre-fire. Fonkers to remove Slash Hug. Lems inside of the lobby holding control so that no one can sneak in behind into Courtyard, but Meepy, the man carrying the diffuser, will be next to fall as he was on low HP anyway. There go a lot of your smokes. You only got 2 left from the 6 we began with, and a Lems. What a shot there into the depths of office, leveling at a 2v2. Shuttle on 1 HP. Easily will have to be the majority shareholder and holding this down. The smoke come out to disorient the sight of the mirror, and now the plant should be coming in from a Lems. This might actually be a bait for the last Toxic Babe as well. As Shuttle holds down the hallway, there won't be a flanking opportunity for Team Secret, but they're low on time. The last Toxic Babe will be sent out with 32 seconds left. They'll have 20 seconds to collapse onto the objective and attempt to plant. As Fonkers holds down from the Sunrise window, this is dangerous, as Lems would be alone and no possibility of covering off a rotate, but a vault in now to Sunrise, easily on low HP. There goes one into both of them! Team Secret looked like they were losing all control of the round. It was spiraling off a cliff, and they bring it back from the depths of despair.
That was definitely a much closer round than the previous ones. Back and forth. Shuttle there had 1 HP and was just trying to hold an angle, but unfortunately Secret pretty much had their number at that point. There was limited angles they could hold. But the stall-outs really cost them a lot. They had the ability to try and push towards blue bar early, but as you mentioned, the windows there really working against them. They just didn't have enough intel, it seemed like, to make a decisive action to be able to smoke things off and go for a plant. Plus, I think they were also worried about being able to cover that plant once it came down. They did have some working outside the windows, though, outside blue bar window especially, playing some angles there. I think helped a lot. Was able to get a pick from there as well, but ultimately at the end just came down to gunfights, and, well, Secret won more of them at the end, and that gives them a nice point advantage. We did see it go 3-3 in a similar situation on the first map, but it looks like now going into 4-2 situation advantage for Secret. But we switched sides, and Slash going to try Ash a second time. Didn't work out so well for him the last time. He played it on Bank. But never know, it might work out this time. They are going to bring the Jackal Nomad. Again, I don't know why they're bringing these on the easier to control roam maps rather than Bank, but maybe it'll work out. It's a little bit less roam control than we saw from Secret, but still a decent amount. They're also bringing the Twitch, interestingly enough. Vertical going to be playing it. Something he used to play a lot of.
Meepy has yet to get in on the fun so far. Still 0-3, but I mean, you have 3 flawless rounds. The rest of the team, the rest of your team anyway, is rocking. You kind of aren't needed. You're also playing Gridlock on attack, so your job isn't really to get kills. But Meepy on the defensive side now will be playing Mute for the first defense. We have 2 walls. There we go.
Hey, you got to get those last 2.
Let's not leave those soft boys.
No, that's definitely where they wouldn't need Hibana then.
Yeah, that's let's lock that down. So it'll be a Hookah defense to start, identical what Rogue brought, but the first Rogue defense on Hookah was not fun for Rogue.
Not nearly as many smokes coming out for Rogue though, and they're just bringing him on the Jackal, whereas we saw, you know, nearly infinite smokes coming out from Secret. Although we didn't really see many of them go off.
Yeah, you know, bringing a lot of smoke grenades there. You're thinking this is going to be a lot of smoke planting. This is going to be a lot of pushing in through cover and trying to sneak around inside the objective and evade some nitro cells.
There goes one of the shock drones.
To the Evil Eye as well. Oof.
Yeah. Shuttle takes down Fonkers though. Good start.
Beautiful start there. One of the best fraggers on Team Secret, and he's definitely been showing up today, although Feral, that's your next priority right there, as Vertical starts pushing in through the Sunrise entrance, taking a lot of damage and hitting a Lesion Mine down to 51 now, as he'll have to pull that pin out of his foot. Being Jackal Track, though, is Feral in behind the Sunrise bar, and he doesn't have much of an escape. Speaking of escape, that'll be Vertical bailing out of the Sunrise entrance and waiting for Feral to maybe get a little greedy here, but he's done a lot of damage. Slash down to about 40, Vert to about 50. This is at least a good job from Secret, even though they lost Fonkers early. They're doing a lot of damage in return.
Yeah, it's all about delaying too, but there's still one shock drone left in the pocket of Vertical, but Slash gets 2. Lems and Feral's down, trading off for the kill onto Shuttle. Still looking really good for Rogue here. And Vertical's still alive to frag out as well. Slash definitely using that Ash to full effect. Low health, but you know what? Tiny hitbox as well, so he'll be fine.
What a nasty shot there from Easily, all the way from Ruins onto Leon as he tries to rotate. Meepy gets his first kill of the game, at least on map number 3. Slashhog will fall. He's got the SMG-11 waiting for another push up through the Hookah balcony stairs.
You said he hasn't had a chance to shine yet. Now's his moment.
And this would be a devastating loss here for Rogue, having the 4v1 advantage. Now down to a 3v1. You still have smokes on Eclipse to really screw with Meepy's ability to lock down any kind of plant denial. The drones will come out to assess his location. Sounds like a Jackal track as well.
They can just smoke this off now. They know he's locked in there. They just need to smoke and plant. There is an opening on the floor, but he's not going to be able to drop down enough to rotate and do anything about it.
He's trying to rush straight on through the Nitro Cell. That's going to land short. It gets caught on the little half wall of the bar. Plant goes down and staying in the default plant on the floor, easily next to go down. So a 1v2, but no, Eclipse will shut it down from behind the Aqua bar. And again, we come within 1 for Rogue. They were down 4-2 at the half, same as Bank, but they bring the first round right back to their favor.
Still, though, point advantage for Team Secret. So they are still in the driver's seat. However, Rogue, after those first 3 flawless rounds, seems to have woken up a bit. See if they can keep it up. But Slash definitely did that the Ash things there that definitely helped open things up that round. Might try it again this round, or might 6 the pick off of that. I do feel like them having better roam control operators did help a bit that round. Didn't always see whether or not they had direct effect, but it did make sure that the aggressive roams of Secret weren't able to really do a ton to them. A lot of trades, though, regardless. Kitchen could be a better defense for them here. Alem's going to sneak off of the Mozzie onto that Pulse. Have some better idea where Rogue's coming from. Maybe that'll catch Slash in mid-sprint.
Possibly. So, Rogue, they had one hell of a comeback on Bank. They were down 6-3 on Bank, then won 5 rounds in a row, including overtime rounds, to win it 8-6. Do we see a replication here from Rogue?
I don't know.
Because Secret, they looked like they were in full control in the driver's seat for the first 3 rounds. 3 straight flawless rounds for anyone who missed it and came over after TSM Empire ended. This is...
Yeah, you got to watch the VOD and watch the beginning again if you missed those. It's pretty nuts.
Very different storylines between that first 3-round segment and the rest of the game. This is quite the seesaw of a match back and forth. And of course, we have to go to map 3 between these two teams.
Of course.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, like I said, Rogue have drawn this map both times they played it in Pro League, and there's no draws in this best of 3, so can they close it out if they can get an advantage? It's hard to say, because it seems like they haven't been able to do so in Pro League, whereas Secret are a bit more of an unknown just because they haven't been playing much outside of the lands since they're not in Pro League at the moment. Oh, the run out from Fonkers doesn't quite find a kill, and he actually gets punished for it. So Eclipse is going to be a little worse for wear, but Flashbang's going to secure this ability to pick him up. He's being very cautious of this trade here. Oh, the timing. Nice C4 attempt, but Eclipse gets away unscathed. He's going to get back up. Slash didn't take any damage in the process either. So in the end, that worked out for Rogue okay. Eclipse still going to be important to stay alive, though, to get some Jackal tracking, but now Slash has burned all of his flashbangs because of this.
Try to hit that Kobe from beyond the arc, well beyond the arc, and the Jackal track will come out as well as punishment for Alems trying to launch that over. So now his location is identified. We have a nice situation here for Rogue. They're collapsing upon the objective, and Vertical will take down Leon as well as a retreat from another defender. Try and pull his way back into Kitchen, try and support the members on site, but again, it's Rogue in the driver's seat easily, though, getting taken down from a long run there from Feral. So he has to prone his way back into the Sunrise entrance. No one in the same area code to try and trade that one back. And Vertical, though, still on a rampage. There goes Feral finally as he tries to make his way back from Sunrise. Vert will cut him off from the courtyard, so it's down to Alems and Meepy on site.
Comeback from Rogue still happening here. Eclipse still can't be finished off, it seems. Vertical being allowed to run through this courtyard like he is. It's a bit of an oversight here from Secret, but they don't have a lot of manpower left. They do have a Pulse, though, who's on his gun rather than actually trying to identify where the players are. He's got to make this work on this angle, and he does! Vertical punished. Now it's 3v2. 2 of the players on low health, though, Alems and Eclipse, so either one of them could go down in a heartbeat.
This could get dangerous here for Rogue if they don't play the trades well on the plant attempt, because as soon as Shuttle has to go in for that plant, as I say, that Alems will now be blown almost to smithereens by that Ash charge, and the Nitro Cell won't connect either. It's a missed opportunity there. Slash, 2 on the round for him as he continues to barrel on through with that R4C. It's Meepy alone now in a 1v3 in the depths of the kitchen as the plant is going down. That smoke won't come anywhere close to stopping it, but Shuttle will pull off. Hits the nice shot onto Slash there. Now at 1v2, and Eclipse is low on HP. Plant attempt coming in, and oh no, this might choke out Eclipse. Not sure how he's alive, but rotating to the hallway, being constantly spotted. On the rotate, Meepy takes down Eclipse, trying to go for the 1v3! Meepy! Team Secret! Continue to take the lead on Coastline in nearly stylistic fashion.
There you finally got to shine.
How in the world the 1v3 from Meepy, the man that was nowhere near the scoreboard for the entire game, suddenly turns on a dime and pulls that one out of the back pocket. And we're going to go to attack timeout for Team Secret as well, just to try and regroup, because that was not the most favorable situation to be in, yet they still pull away around that they very, very should not have won.
That was really Rogue just kind of misplaying. You saw they were just almost stumbling on top of each other. At that point, you had to have some idea where he was at, but they just didn't know how they wanted to play it. That confusion and just sort of trying to jockey for position against him was not the play. Not to mention the missed shot that could have been a trade and absolutely won the round. It was a 2v1. Getting in within shotgun range of him was obviously not the play, but he was controlling the site, did have smokes to kind of delay them a little bit. That was definitely helpful, as opposed to the previous time when he was mute and did not have smokes of any kind. But maybe look a little happier at the moment, though, still concentrating very heavily, thinking, okay, thank God I saved that round. We're getting close, guys. We just got to win 2 more rounds, and we can be done for the day, the victors. Hookah is going to be the next bomb site. They have played Hookah once, and they lost it pretty well to Rogue. Going to try it again. Rogue looking like they're going to bring Simple lineup. Now this is the tactical timeout for Secret, but I believe we've used both tac timeouts now, so hopefully we don't get any technical timeouts this map, and we might be closing this out soon as we get back into the round. Vertical again going to be on that Twitch. Not too many lineup changes so far overall from both teams. Let's see how Hookah goes this time. Again, just the one set of smokes.
So this one for Rogue, honestly. You wish you had a tac timeout in the back pocket there, but they kind of desperately needed to use it after they got their first round win to really reorder the troops, make sure everyone's on the same page, and trying to slow things down a little bit because Team Secret were running through rounds in 2 minutes. They weren't even using 3 minutes in those first 3 rounds. It was over in about 120 seconds, so
yeah,
you had to use it to slow it down there, and in that round, man, Rogue had every advantage, and incredible individual play there from Meepy, must say.
Yeah, we'll see. He's likely to be playing the site later in the round again as he did last time. Right now he's just kind of playing a little more flex, but there he is back to site. It's kind of funny that Leon's is the smoke and is the one who's actually in the billiards room. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but Vertical's now going to start to lock down billiards with a long angle. Not even playing with an ACOG there. He's just got the reflex, interestingly enough. Kind of different because we saw, for example, the Twitch come out on Secret side and he was running a hollow. It's kind of funny, just the different small choices in terms of which site they want to use. A lot of windows getting opened up with bullets here from Rogue. Unfortunately, easily struggling a little bit with that one. They are going to get some droning going here, trying to clear out as much of the opposite side of the map as possible. First, take control of VIP and Penthouse to be able to stage an attack from there. Maybe opening up some tight little angles. Some bullet holes here. No, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to open up too much here. The Ash Breach charges coming out from Slash as well. He's going to be playing for some aggro play as soon as he's done droning, I imagine. In the moment, he just wants to get enough intel to know where to make those plays. That Shuttle also taking control of 90, going to help out here. But Leon's waiting for someone to try and push around that corner with that shotgun. Instead, just pushes out. Got some coverage as well from Alems for the crossfire. So a lot of patience coming out here from Secret, just waiting for Rogue to make a play, and they've so far been lacking in doing so, mostly just droning.
Yeah, my worry here for Rogue, and it looks like they have identified this, that it's not going to be the most feasible option, was you don't have any hard breachers, so you didn't bring a thermite, Hibana's banned.
Why is that Twitch drone not taking out that Evil Eye? I hope it did.
Worried there as Pharaoh will bust open the window inside of Sunrise facing the big window where Vert was previously repelled, but it's just a spook tactic. Just gonna rush right on back into the hallway downstairs, and this is more of what I wanted to see from Rogue, which was have one person locked down from VIP, but if you don't have those heart breachers, you're still gonna have limited visibility into the site. And the rest of the Aqua plant is going to be helped by the fact that these walls aren't going to get opened up. Your smoke can play from in behind the bar. In billiards, much safer, much freer. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress too hard. Vert is also pressing up against the hookah balcony door as well, trying to cause some havoc with the anchors playing inside of B. Holding the rotate as well. So Rogue, I mean, 36 seconds on the clock in a 5v5. Need to get a move on real quick. And Slash is going to start things off with a bang. Oh, and everyone's overloading the site. 2 quick ones for Secret, and they bounce right back with another one at the hands of Eclipse. Meepy trading it out, rushing in pistol in hand, and now being hit by an air jab on the retreat. Try and join his teammates on the site. Last 2 remaining attackers stuck in the hallway, and Secret will mow them all down. It's match point, series point yet again at a 6-3 scoreline yet again. Will we see Rogue on a nearly impossible comeback for consecutive maps, or will Team Secret finally close this out?
Rogue showed they do a lot better when their backs against the wall there, as we were talking about earlier. This, as you said, was a similar situation on Bank, and they came back hard. But I don't know, Rogue seemingly are slowed down again. You saw the momentum that last round especially. They were really just trying to jockey for position, but the patience from Secret completely paid off. They were able to hold their positions just so long into the round, with Rogue just not finding any weakness to push till they finally went for it. Lost 2 people immediately on the trade. They just were not able to put enough of a dent into the way Secret were playing it. They just kind of had this nice web of defense ready to trade everyone off, and it just seemed like Rogue also were pushing kind of from one direction. They didn't have a lot of flanks going out. For example, to take out Alems on the stairs, things like that, eliminate some of those crossfires. So they're going to have to play a little bit harder to be able to pull that off this time. Alems there, with 10 already pushing the double digits, but much more even kills across the board so far this map than any of the previous 2 maps, where we saw a lot of imbalance in who was kind of carrying things. Seems like everyone's kind of woken up to an extent, but at the same time, Alems of all people up there at the top, who've not really been having a huge impact on the previous maps, definitely doing so now, but Leon also pulling his weight along with Meepy, who we were talking about hasn't had a huge impact. He's up there at 8 now.
I think one of the big things that's troubling Rogue is the change of pace that Secret have been bringing round to round. You know, you go back and forth between incredible insurgents and pace. You know, you're ramping up exponentially with the pace for Team Secret on the attacking side. And then on the defense, you know, Secret aren't a team. We've seen it on Bank, we've seen it on Club, we've seen it here on Coast now, where Secret aren't afraid to take a shot and get aggressive on the defense, but they constantly change their style round to round. You know, one round they're incredibly reserved, they're bunkering like they did in that previous round there, and it looked like Rogue were waiting for a swing. They were waiting to catch someone on Secret off guard, versus you compare it to 2 rounds ago, you get a guy trying to Kobe a nitro cell at a VIP door all the way down to the kitchen entrance. You know, it's a constant change of pace back and forth, and I think that's screwing with Rogue's head.
Yeah, it's definitely like they thought they were going to get at least a freebie that last round, and when they didn't, it seemed like they pushed a little recklessly after that.
They just ran out of time, too. They're waiting for that peak to come out from Secret. It never came.
Well, there's definitely some good pushback here from the Mozzie, but Alems cannot win that fight, and his control over the drone ultimately will not pay off because he's just pressuring so hard on Debar here, taking down 2. Meepy's also been down, and then Slash got knocked down. But Leon able to finish off Slash with the Evil Eye.
Easily losing about half of his health. The fall coming out from Fonkers now. The plant gets completed, but Fonkers with 2 rushing on top of the diffuser, and this could be it. Leon shot shuttle. It's all down to Vert now in the 1v2, playing all the way over inside of Office by the blue bar door. This could be an easy diffuse here for Fonkers. Vert has no idea the time ticking down. Oh, but he pulls off. Wins the 1v1 against Leon, but Fonkers! The beautiful rotation from upstairs inside of Hookah, and that'll be Team Secret dropping Rogue to the loser section of their group.